Tough luck, that boy's mine now. We are more than just good friends. This is how the story ends. Too bad that you couldn't see the band that boy could be. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I am coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. And also, everyone check out Star Helix, Kyle Willson, and Veve Vault on YouTube, and at EQ_crypto, at, not Star Helix, and at Hey David Don on the Twitter. So, there have been, I don't think I even made a video about this. I figured I'd go live and take some questions afterwards, because I do have a lot of research to kind of go over. The question was, would Facebook ever buy us out? And I've answered this a lot with Earth 2 as well. Would Facebook ever buy us out? Look, would Disney ever buy us out? Would anything? So there's a lot of legal ramifications you would have to go over. Disney is one of the main ones that I've heard the name been thrown around. The government almost didn't let Disney buy a bunch of Fox Enterprise. They own like the Fantastic Four. And now they have the majority stake in Hulu and all this. It almost didn't happen, because the U.S. government's like, y'all are becoming like monopolies. Like this is we cannot allow this. It was almost like the '90s with heckin' Bill Gates and Microsoft and Apple. Literally, the government gave up. It's like Bill Gates took them to court too many times on why he's not a monopoly. Granted, propping up his competition, Apple, that definitely helped. And this is why I think, if we are talking about Disney, here's their master plan here. And I think it can be pretty funny too. If eventually Disney says, or the government says, hey, Disney, what are you doing? You can't do this, it's too much power, you're ruining your competitors. And Disney will be like, no, actually, we already have these partnerships. These partnerships that we're about to acquire are with DC. Are with all the other companies that aren't us, like Cartoon Network and Ghostbusters and Back to the Future, and we're propping them up. See, they're on our website. Then they're on our app that we're about to acquire, in the Metaverse that's about to be launched. Again, I don't expect this for X amount of years, but again, let's just go with this idea. And I think it'd be pretty fun to say, yeah, we're all on the Metaverse. It's an even playing field. Yet, Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, everything about this Veve City is all going to be in one thing. And then DC Land's going to be all on the ass end of nowhere, excuse my language. I think also we have to... I don't know if Akomi or Veve would really want to go and deal with certain things. I brought this up on a Foster Hilt podcast where... I brought this up on Earth 2 as well. It would be a little weird. It would be actually very, might get shut down type of deal if you get somebody with money, not even somebody that's Jewish or Pakistani, Israeli, or whatever. It could be somebody that's just a troll, and what they could do is they could buy a bunch of land, right? And they could name it like Israel or Jerusalem or whatever, and they could call this spot Israel with Jerusalem in it. And then what they could do, and again, this is not my idea. I mean, I guess my idea, but hopefully this would never happen. Then they could go and they could say, oh, hey, you know what we're going to do? That same person that bought, Israel or bought Jerusalem, they are going to make buy a couple of pieces of land, and they're going to call it Palestine. And then they're going to take some Goombas from Mario, and they're going to be like, these are the Pakistani citizens. And then they're also going to take the bombs from Mario, and they're just constantly blow them up. That type of thing would not, the woke left would be like, nope, this is not happening. So I think this is going to be kind of not a segregation thing. Some people will probably not be able to be right next to. Some people would not want to be right next to each other, or you would not want those people right next to each other. Foster Hilt makes Foster Hilt land over here. Dark NRG got to be all the way over there. You got to have Millie Bobby Brown land over here. You got to have Drake land all the way over there. You can't have them together. It's not going to happen. So you don't want that to happen. But like I said, some companies might overlook those issues and be like, we'll take the lawsuits, we'll take whatever, because we're going to be making so much heckin' money. We don't care. Let's go with a company that has just talked about getting they sent out a newsletter recently for, they're having an NFT market come out recently, which is Coinbase. Now, right now, Coinbase is looking at a $68 billion market cap. Okay, cool. 68 billion. That is, I don't know how much of that they have like in the war chest, ready to go. Maybe a billion, maybe two. Let's take a look here at how much OMI is in the reserve wallet. About 270 billion. So, 270,000 million, 100 million, billion times 0.007. That is about $1.89 billion right there, just in the reserve wallet, not including all the partnerships, not including all the Metaverse, not including all the NFTs, and that's in the reserve wallet. So you would need that, like in conjunction. I'm guessing David and Dan and everybody else would probably go and probably get. They would probably keep their OMI. I don't think that would be part of the deal. But at $1.8 billion, that's a fair point. Not every company can do that. Coinbase probably could if they have that much in the war chest. Tesla, I think, has that much in the war chest. They kind of raise capital and they don't need it. I think they have several $1 billion in the bank that they're just not. I think it's 20 billion that they have. Granted, they're $1 trillion company. So let's see if what Coinbase has in the war chest here. Let's take a look. See. I don't even think we can tell. But again, market cap at 68 billion. Even if, let's say 2% of that, so 1.89 billion is what you would need right now just to cover the reserve wallet. But 68 billion, 1,000 million, 100 million. All right, so that would be 68 billion times point. So 1% of that. It's only about $680 million, which is still a nice amount, nothing to laugh at, but really can't buy a whole company that's just with a reserve wallet is worth that. Because again, anyone that has that company, they can change the tokenomics if they wanted to. I think people would riot if they did, but again, I digress. So that would be a very quick way for Coinbase to go and get their market cap up. Again, that's if they bought them now. When we're $1. So when we're $1 and this increases by 130x, let's all right, that so 1.89 billion times 130, that's $245 billion. Like, nobody's doing that. I don't care who you are, nobody's doing that. Now granted, that is if we talk about the reserve wallet doesn't go anywhere. Obviously, the reserve wallet will plummet as we have MTL and we get on OpenSea and we get OMI to NFT is going to be the big one. So much OMI is going to be burned, but that's more from the circulating supply. So again, how many people can do that? Let's see Disney's market cap. I feel like Disney doesn't. I don't think Disney's a $1 trillion company. Excuse me. Let's take a look. See Disney market cap. All right, more than Coinbase at $274 billion. So if we're talking about companies that could or would or should acquire this, I would say Disney over Coinbase, but Facebook or Meta has a market cap that's 4x of Disney. I would expect them to do it. They have more money to burn. Again, if anyone's going to want to do it now. Be advised, guys, they've had offers already. I guarantee you that. I will bet my entire net worth if we happen to get them drunk on a podcast or on a whatever. Guarantee you they've had offers. David and Dan obviously don't want to sell right now because they're always not, the company's not worth that much right now. At least not in compared to what it could be once OMI moons. Again, that reserve wallet is key. That is their biggest bargaining chip. Especially when we go to 10 cents, okay, or let's say 7 cents and we 10x. Suddenly they're worth, instead of 1.89, they're worth $18.9 billion at that point. When we get to 7 cents, that reserve wallet is $18.9 billion. That is heckin' ridiculous. And again, if we buy that, if a company buys it, they can change the tokenomics on a dime. Like, there's nothing in in their company that says, yes, this will never change. The greatest part about a Comey is that they can change on a dime. Is that they can go, and they have. We've seen them do it before. I get there's a bunch of comments coming in. I'll get to them in a little bit. I would go on and say it would be a Facebook or like a Tesla, something that's really, really big. Like Amazon. What's Amazon's market cap? Amazon's got to be worth a couple trillion. 1.82 trillion. That is much easier to do. I think them and Apple. And again, Apple's market cap is 2.65 trillion. They kind of already have a foot in the door with Apple. Why? Because they're on the iOS store. Apple's already destroying them like no Vaseline, like 30%. Every dollar that's put in there, they get 30%. That is heckin' ridiculous. If we're putting in, I don't know, let's just say like $2 million a day, which is conservative. Times 0.30. Yeah, they're making $600,000 a day. Jesus, tap dancing. Christ, that's so much money. I think Apple would probably be like, we don't want to ruin it. We don't want that responsibility. Although they would grow, like their stock would split like 3 times if they did that. God, Jesus, yeah. All right, so let me get the comments, see what y'all think, and then I'll get back to other stuff. I should have probably just made this a video. Brendan Z says Blockbuster. Brendan Z, I love how you're always first. Omi Player 1 says, let's go. What says Disney would be a front runner to buy Disney buys companies once they've proven themselves. So, but again, in 5 years, even if we burn 120 billion out of the reserve wallet, you know, 5 years when we're $1, that's 120 billion dollars. I don't know why I need a calculator for that. I'm so stupid. Disney cannot afford to do that. Disney cannot afford to acquire a company that's worth $120 billion. They just can't. If Disney's worth $1 trillion at that point and they want to put in, 20% of their net worth into acquiring one company, I don't know. I mean, with Apple, at least with Apple, they can just be like, we'll pay you in stock, and they'll just make the stock. That's how Apple doesn't pay taxes. They just make their stock print their stock out of thin air, like the heckin' Federal Reserve. So, yeah, and so I think in 5 years it's gonna be too late for Disney. He says, wonder what that would do to the OMI token. It depends. I mean, most likely, the new owners would say like, hey, everything now is going to be taken out of the reserve or out of the circulating supply, and this reserve wallet is a reserve wallet. We're not using that for doo-doo anymore. They would probably change that tokenomics, because like they're burning so much that they burn. How many have we burned so far? Let's take a look. Take a look at my good friend Google over here, and my good friend the OMI token.vv.me. We've already burned 19 billion OMI. We'll pass that. Yeah, we should pass that this month, maybe. Probably this month. It's too much. And actually, Veve just tweeted. Hang on. Oh no, they didn't. Never mind. I'm an idiot. All right, I'm gonna move on right here. Only player one says, I don't see Veve selling to another company unless facing bankruptcy. When Elon almost sold to Apple, it's not just about the money for Veve, so I think they'll continue to build and grow. I mean, David and Dan are going to want to cash out at some point. Like I do not expect them, nor should we want them to, work forever. I mean, this is very, very stressful. And even if the team, put on a great face, we got this. Like not just like brushing it off. Like no, like they, and they're not. I could picture maybe Reese putting on that face, like I understand the responsibility, but no, we got this. But I could picture him be like, but there's no way Noah is gonna go and be like, I like that. There's no acting with Noah. Noah's just like, he's just got this. Noah's just got this. Again, we don't want David. They're just gonna burn themselves out. I guarantee you. Watch that interview that David you put out yesterday or 2 days ago. He's tired. How many days a month is he staying up for 24 hours? A couple. This has aged them. Even though you can't tell, he still looks younger than me and a better hairline than me. But yeah. So Charles says, "You're the man, right?" Oh, thanks, Dan. Thank you so much. Jennifer Gardner says, "Definitely Disney." Again, I don't think so. I think it would have to be like an Apple. How much is Google worth? Google might be the only one that I would say. Hold on, Google, network, no, market cap. I was even say, all right, 1.94 trillion. Why? Maybe it would be Apple. I don't know. It would have to be $1 trillion company because David and Dan aren't going to sell right now, unless they're offered billions each. Which I was like, okay, I don't know. I feel like they could be at a table, and then they could be discussing it, and then Al Khan just comes barreling in like a linebacker. The man's stupid tall and just stupid like girthy, and is like, "You are not going to sell." Like just this man from Brooklyn, like, "You are not going to sell." Who played football, by the way. My company that you told me to get licenses for right before he's not gonna let that happen. I just guarantee it's not gonna work. Jennifer Gardner says if they sold Omi would run to $1 immediately, if not more. Look what's happening to CRO when they announced their new sponsor for the Lakers Stadium. Be advised, guys, me and Raythax, we've been talking about CRO for a while now, so if y'all have listened, you're welcome. Not financial advice. Brendan Z says, don't underestimate David's business skills. I doubt he'd ever sell off his baby. Veve call me. I expect him to at some point, but it's going to be it's going to be. And again, what do the founders have? Like tens of billions of Omi each. So I mean, I guess they'll be. I don't know. I think for me, I only sold Pokemon cards to other collectors. I didn't want to sell to a known flipper. I guarantee you, David and Dan will, especially David, will probably only sell to, I don't know, like who out there is going to be, maybe Elon Musk, but he doesn't want this. Like Elon does not have time for this. He's got stuff to do. But yeah, you're right. It would, when they announce the sale, again, I think there would be a little bit of panic though, because like what's going to happen to the coin? Facebook they tried like Diem or Libra or whatever, it couldn't work. What if Facebook says, hey, we're going to use our own stable coin, our own whatever coin? I don't know if that's something that would be really bullish if they decide to try to flip the script on us. I think Tokenomics are pretty brilliant, and again, they're getting. I don't think they would use a different coin which would make Omi to go to zero when they have 280 billion of it. They would probably keep that. Omi Player 1 says, I think Omi runs when Pokemon is announced. Just my own speculation. Most likely a small boost when we get added to Coinbase, type exchange, or vice versa. I think it's the opposite. And this is just my opinion, but we pumped up when we announced Marvel, and then we went right back down. Did we have a little bit of movement when they announced Veve? I think it grew like 10%, 15% that day, which is good. But there hasn't been anything crazy. I could predict they announced Pokemon, and we could maybe reach not all-time high. We could maybe reach the most recent high and maybe break through that 0.0083, 84, whatever, and maybe to go to 0.009 before we go back down again. But there's no, without exchanges, there's no liquidity. There's no people, putting buttloads of money in. And again, there's a few of my friends that will not go in without MTL. Sonny Bloomberg says, I'll send you Omi in exchange for that Cat Branson if you're still trying to get more Omi. Somebody asked me before if they should get an inked girl, that ink Veve or the Cat Branson. And I said, if it were me, I'd get the Cat Branson. Why? Because I like cats. I meow. Dashy gets along with cats, so the cats are pretty cool. And plus, the dude's got like tail lights for eyes. Like, how heckin' awesome is that? So I would get, but I do not have one though. Right now I am no longer selling collectibles for Omi. I'm selling collectibles for gems because Pokemon. if by some chance I announce it. Where was I here? And Chawbell says, not Disney because of a conflict of interest with IPDC. We think Coinbase would be the perfect company to acquire Veve because both are built/target mainstream users. So here's the thing, though. I think that what I said before, maybe you might have missed. I know you got here a little late, or I started streaming a little early. There was concerns with Disney becoming a monopoly by acquiring what they did from Fox. And I think a good way for Disney, they would pull a Bill Gates, what they did with Apple back in the day. A good way for them to argue that they're not a monopoly is by buying, Veve and saying, look at all of our competition that we're propping up. We're building a metaverse for our competition. And then again, I went on a whole spiel and probably in poor taste thinking about it now. But that's something that they could, like, I don't know how that could stand in court. Like, we're building a metaverse where our competition, DC, well, we're doing that, and it's the same metaverse that we're using. It's not like back in the day. It's not like a black-white thing in the 50s. Yeah, no, separate but equal. We're building this for us, and this really horrible stuff for DC. No, they're using the same thing. They're using the same platform. Now, again, there'll be all the really cool brands in one area with Disney and Star Wars and Marvel, and then DC will be stuck with stuff that's not meant to be with DC. It'd be like Hello Kitty and My Little Pony. Although I think Rainbow Dash could give Batman a run for the money, which is black belt. But when you're saying, yeah, Coinbase would be good right now, but again, I don't know how much actual money they have in the war chest, but at $68 billion, there's only so long that they could buy them for. I think that would be really bullish for Comey again right now, but that's not something that I think they'd be able to do in a few years when Omi runs. Because if they're buying that, again, they get control of that, what's in that reserve and that burn wallet, and they can just decide, yeah, we're not gonna burn anymore. That's ours. That's our bankroll. Or maybe they can't. Maybe that would be in the contract that you can't do that. I don't know how that would work. That would take a long time. Jennifer Gardner says, yeah, agreed. So many coins are getting added to Coinbase nowadays. Oh, can't wait for Omi. That would be an instant ad, pretty much. Well, actually, it wouldn't be, because unless they would get that Go node so that they can add them right now, and then they, yeah, that's the only way they would do that, is if Coinbase acquires it, they get the. But again, we should be, we should be fully on the Ethereum blockchain in 2 months. With it by probably by early January, if not before then, and exchanges will be mid-January, unless although now granted, take this with a grain of salt, but because remember a few weeks ago on an AMA they had said they were about going into phase 2, and then on this last AMA they said they were just about to go into phase 2. So again, take this with a grain of salt, but that was on a space a few weeks ago at maybe 2,000 people. This is a big, where'd it go? A lot of mentions. Okay. This is where everyone can see. We get a lot of mentions, so apologies if we don't answer every single tweet. This is from Veve. Phase 2 is in progress and will be largely transparent. More info as necessary. So apparently they entered it. I'm just going to retweet that. Quote tweet. Yes. Okay. Would it be a conflict? Almost everyone sits on their competitors' boards these days. Corporate fascist system. Yeah, I don't think it would be. I think that would be. I think the argument that I would make is like, hey, we're propping up our competition. Brendan Z, I hope we get Pokemon sooner than everyone thinks. I would love to get Pokemon before Asia gets in. Like, all right, guys, I don't know how many of you guys are realizing that I think China alone has 900 million smartphones. We get 1%, and when things go viral in China, they go heckin' viral, but we get 1% of that to get into Veve. That's 9 million customers. Like that. Like, am I Thanos in Avengers Infinity War? You should have won. Like, just, oh my god. That's a lot of people going for your favorite collectibles. That's a lot of, so I really hope we get Pokemon before China gets on board, at least fully. There's people in China already on it, but again, why? Because imagine if there is 1 million Pikachu, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Charmander, and you get them before China, before Japan, before their home country. Yeah, I don't know how many people speak Mandarin that are working on the app, or could be for customer service, but you're going to need hundreds. Because again, with 9 billion people coming on, and again, that's if we get 1% of them, which might be a little conservative, but I digress. Moving on. There's his time will tell. So yeah, I was hoping we wouldn't announce Pokemon until Omi Moons, but if China gets on board in February and we don't have Pokemon until March, things are going to get stupid expensive. And be advised, guys, things are going to get stupid expensive for everything on there. Why? Because there's a couple million of these NFTs that are on there that have been made. Like 4 times as many people on there just from China. So, yeah. Now, granted, stuff is banned in China currently, so they would have to do it with gems, and they wouldn't be able to do it with Omi, which is fine. Don't freak out. So yeah, it would be hella expensive. Time will tell. Yeah, what's the Dan Trouble? Very good possibility. I never considered Coinbase, but makes sense. Coinbase right now would be perfect. Coinbase would get that node so we can get Go token for like the next, 6 to 8 weeks until we actually get on the Ethereum blockchain. It'd be nuts. Omi Child says, I'm going to buy Veve. Omi Child dabs. Omi Player 1 says, agreed, timing is everything for me. For me, just glad I made it on time for Veve and Omi. I feel like I'm late but early. Time will tell. Hashtag Brendan Z. Or dash Brendan Z. Hey, what's up, Ethan Youngberg? How's it going? How's it going? You had a birthday on Friday. You're 18 now, able to join the armed forces. Sign contracts. Don't go in the armed forces. It is. You put your life on hold for a little while. You get hurt, and you have. It's just I don't know. It's great. It's amazing. Best friends I ever had. Best jobs I ever had. But it's. Ooh, boy, does that come at a cost. Justin says, I like your fit. Oh, why, thank you. You like my, I was in the gym before, and I was waiting to hit the heavy bag, but this one, short Spanish dude is just, super fast. And I was like, and there's only one over there, so I was just, taking, these 5-pound weights. I was like, okay, all right, let's go. Come on, Veve. Oh, yeah, I want it. And then I did that for, 5 rounds. All right, I'm just tired. I was waiting for him to finish, and he wasn't stopping either. He was just absolutely just going at it. I was like, all right, Mr. 5 rounds with no break, you... Salutes to you. JP Lovey said, sup? Homie Mike Jack says, oh, what's going on, Randy? What's up, homie Mike Jack? JP Lovoy says, have you heard about the Bronson Telegram page? Page 8 became cats. This is crazy. I haven't. I'm not surprised, though. It's pretty cool. Look at Bronson price and continues pumping. I don't even want to look. I should have got a bunch of these. And this is why I'm selling a lot of stuff, because I didn't get Walt. Not because I didn't want them, not because I thought, oh yeah, it's not gonna... Yeah. I didn't get Walt because I didn't have enough money. Not happening again with Pokemon. It's not happening. Selling a bunch of my stuff. Ethan Number says, how much do you think land in the Veveverse will cost? I'm really hoping it's $500. And because... honestly, I don't think it matters what it's going to cost at first. They could give it away for $100. This virtual real estate, so by every right, it should cost more because it's virtual real estate. It's a chance to show off your stuff to the world. So in a sense, it should cost more because, again, in the future, if there's a big event there, if you have a bunch of, if you have a Steve Aoki, or Paris Hilton, have a giant, big DJ, like a Tessio, just go on, and you have 100,000 people on your property, and you can get ad revenue from there. You have a billboard up there. You could. That type of stuff is invaluable if in the right location. So, or again, people could wild card. People could just hit the lotto. They could just go and, yeah, I'm gonna buy some stuff out here. It's nice and secluded. I want to do something for myself, and then, oh, hey, guess what? Shrek Land, Shrek Swamp is going right here, and suddenly your stuff just 100x overnight. Again, it doesn't matter what they sell it for. If we're lucky enough to get it, great. If not, I could picture that. I don't know if any piece of virtual land has yet go for $1 million. I think it has, but That will happen more regularly with Veve at some point. I don't think it's just going to happen next year when we just have a little bit of land and nothing's really there. I think that'll more happen mid-decade, in my opinion. It's my 30-minute Patreon member shout out. I just hope. When it's you and me, we don't need no one to tell us who to be. We'll keep turning up the radio. But if you and I just put up a middle finger to the sky, let him know that we're still rock and roll. Hey. Okay, sorry, in an Avril Lavigne mood tonight. How much? Land in the Veverse. I'm $100 to $500. Maybe some higher tier places will be $1,000. I don't know. Actually, it says, is Nikola Tesla over 100 years old? I don't know how old he was when he died. I think it was pretty young. And it really unfortunate that he died poor. He just, God, love that man. Dan Chavez says, did Randy talk about Coinbase acquiring Veve yet? I like just started talking about it like when he showed up. I had like a bit in the beginning. Nancy Theater says no one is allowed to buy Veve. That's Theater. I love you so much. Ethan Younger says, will Comey ever go public even if they don't get acquired? They definitely have the option to. Earth 2 was approached about going public and they didn't want to yet. If they wanted to, God, if that did what Mana did for Decentraland, yeah, that'd be insane. Destiny Arena says, hey Randy. Hi Destiny Arena. Brenzy says, I just heard something about requiring 5K in balance to access beta withdrawals, KYC. That might be for beta, where if you have because they're rolling out beta this week for MTL. If you're gonna say like, oh hey, anyone who has 5K or more, they'll be introduced in beta. Which I should be introduced in beta. Come on, guys. I'm not withdrawing right now. I'm not withdrawing this year. Might not even withdraw next year unless I absolutely have to. So yeah, maybe. I don't know. But again, that would just be for beta. They're not going to give you like a minimum of $5,000 before you cash out. That won't happen. Atro says, sorry, was thinking of the brand that David said was coming soon. Disney buys Veve. Well, the brand that he thought was coming soon, I'm pretty sure was Coca-Cola. If not Nintendo at large. God, if that again, I thought that they would announce, Star Wars, as a brand before they announced Disney, but they just went. They just shot their load. So, again, I hypothesizing that maybe they don't announce Nintendo. Maybe they take it slow. Hey, here's our partnership with Nintendo, Mario, Yoshi, or maybe it just doesn't happen like that. Maybe they just announce. They don't even announce Pokemon. They announce Nintendo at large. You just see it's just a city, and maybe it's the Mushroom Kingdom, maybe it's whatever. Maybe Pikachu's playing on his Pokeball, and maybe Luigi's riding in on a Yoshi, and Wario's riding in on his motorcycle, and for some reason Waluigi's riding on a Billy going God, my freaking sorry. Moving back to reality here. I was getting distracted, but I'm back. Actuary says, I like you. I don't like you. You like taps. But I like you. So let me read that again. It says, Actuary says, I like you. I don't like you like taps, but I like you. I love Taps. We have the best bromance at the. I miss him so much. I miss that man. That tall glass of milk. He's tall. Where was I before this? Okay. Brendan Z says Bronson Artist was Mr. Cartoon, and I never even noticed. LOL. That thing will moon harder than anything. It might. It's a cat. The internet's love cats. Cats have pretty much taken over the internet without even trying. That's. I'm sorry. Olivia's and Alley Boy says all the major stars have and still get tattoos from Mr. Cartoon. Wild. I would really like a Felix the cat. Everyone knows that. I would love that. Pretty similar to that cartoon cat. Brendan Z says West Coast fire. Dan Chalwell says Dan and David have already said they've had offers. Nothing to bet. They've publicly stated it. I did not know that. So thank you for correcting me on that. Gooseneck says, just got another 1 million Omi yesterday. Get that bread, Gooseneck! Tor Dalance says, you mentioned Omi not giving more Omi for staking. So what other things do you think we might see in the Omi utility article? Probably what you would get for staking. Probably points in the Master Collector program. Probably, hey, guess what? If you stake 5 million Omi, you guaranteed get this drop. Still have to pay for it, but yes, you get guaranteed this drop. And again, that might be like, okay, well, I still get maybe 1 out of 10 drops now anyway. Not when China comes on board. Not when India comes on board. Again, India's trying about to announce, but we are in so few countries right now. China and India are 1 billion people each. That is a lot. Now India, not as technically advanced as China. They're still like an emerging economy. A lot of people in there are really poor, and I guess they are in China. But China's got a lot more available people be in China. But that's 2 billion people just in those countries. And again, you get, let's say 5 million from each of those countries. It's another 10 million, and we just 10x overnight next year. Now, again, this will be a global thing. Not necessarily because of the app and the NFTs, although it's very easy to do that with. For games, like Wii Sports, like when that came out, that was epic. That was everybody, old people played that, moms and their kids, like everybody played that. It was easy to play. The app is, and this is just the app. We have this many people just for the app, not including the game. Oh my God, they're going to see some Russian special teams on this. And I'm not talking about like Spetsnaz or anything. I'm talking about like the Sita Hari Vendana Spirite Dota. Like Dota. Like that type of, like, this is going to be, I guarantee you see within the next 20 years, esports becoming an Olympic event. Heard it here first. So that's what I think we'll get in an Omi utility article. I think we'll get what we're going to get, whether it's more Master Collector points, or it's, hey, in order to buy land, you need to be staking a certain amount of Omi. Like not in order to buy land. Everyone can buy land, but let's say a guaranteed spot of land, you need to be able to stake this much Omi. Bet that happens. Midnight Runner, or Midnight Run 911 says, I wish I had jumped into Sand or Mana 6 months ago and rolled it into Omi right about now. I'm here though, so I'm staying put. Same here, friend. Judd said, or flip NFTs on Veve, then Omi. Yeah, that too. Olivia, NFTs have gone up so high. And again, we're in a big dip right now, but from where we were, like down here, even though we were up here and now we're down here, we're still a lot higher than where we were before. Olivia says, I just bought 10 million more Omi. I'm broke, brothers. Oh, that's a lot of Omi. So I understand why you're broke. That's a lot of Omi. Does says, woulda, coulda, shoulda. And everyone says, not educated enough to be very profitable flipping NFTs. Flipping's not really my thing. I'm more of a long-term hodler. More so that I'm just a little too attached to my NFTs, but I digress. Rogue One Kenobi, give me a thumbs up. Love you, man. Anthony Rodriguez says, I wouldn't sell Veve. It wouldn't be the same if they did sell. I like David's vision for Veve. I invested more in the team and their vision, and there's no other project like this at the moment. And this is right now. This is the project right now when they just have the app. When they, again, you go into their Discord. Hang on one second while I pick this up. The Discord. If you go into the Veve Discord, hang on. It might say fan zones, but out of this, what do we have? Out of this, where it says art, automotive, board and card games, cinema, comics, music audio, sports, TV animation, and video games. So there's 9 of them. Well, we have art, we have auto, we have cinema, we have comics, we do not have the music or the sports, we have the TV animation, and the video games, I guess, are coming. But so we have about half, or a little more than half. What are we missing? We're missing the board and card games, we're missing the music and audio, we're missing the sports, and the video games. So we're missing those 4. That is going to be... they're not going to sell this until it's a complete product, I feel like. Or unless the most lucrative offer comes at them. But I think they want to see this through. Wouldn't sell... yeah. Mark Dolevsky says, Brendan, how big me cartoon will go? The Cat Bronson, I got 950. Number 150? That's a good mint. Not financial advice, but I think every single app or every single NFT on the app right now is undervalued. Maybe except for Donnie, which might be properly valued. Or there's only 4 Donnies on there right now. Or the James Bond ticket that might be overvalued. Again, nobody's paid for that, as far as I know. Brendan Z says, if we had the governance, I'd spend OMI to rebrand the token to Veve token. I mean, you already have Niall Valentine that had an OMI tattoo on his leg, so to save him some face, I'd rather not. Justin said, David's a collector. He would never. Did you just me? Gilberto says, howdy, what's going on? Midnight Run says, I do a reverse split. I would not. No, reverse splits are historically bad. That are just, if you have 10 of a stock, guess what? Now you have 5 of that stock, even though the price went from $1 to $2. It's never good. Never good. Reverse splits are never good. Actually says, if you're including the reserve wallet in valuation, then the token currently isn't worth anywhere near 0.007. I'm including that in the company's valuation because they have control over that. They don't have control over the circulating supply. The only time they would is if they bought the circulating supply. So that's why I'm including the reserve wallet in their valuation, because that's an asset that they have. That's the only 2 crypto they have on their balance sheet is OMI and Go token. And they have Go just so they can move OMI. I'd ask, they don't have anything else. So that goes into the valuation of the company. But I could see Dan selling, but not David or Reese. I mean, Reese, I think I don't know. I don't think he has part ownership. Does he? If he does, then good for him. If not, I think he's just I think it just kind of works there. Even though we all love him. So I'm going to. Did you like my thumbnail? I gotta. I don't know if I can show the meme. I think it's too dirty. I don't even know where I got this. Yeah, I can't show the meme. Too dirty. Moving on. Justin says, I don't see as much from Dan compared to David or Reese. I mean, he's always in the AMAs. Dean Dynamo says, Randy, you're a legend. Thanks, man. I love you guys too. Dr. Doom says, do you think a merger would be more likely so they can still retain partial ownership? I didn't even think of that. That's a good idea that I wasn't even thinking of. Yeah, and they would still retain ownership could you imagine if somebody did that? Like, hey, just be your own company, keep doing what you're doing. It's obviously working, but under our umbrella. And they did that with Coinbase, and Coinbase like, you want a money bomb? Here's a money bomb. Here's a $500 million money bomb. Like, ever hear of the position called pterodactyl? Sorry. There is I'm getting a little raunchy on these. I should stop. That would be insane. That would just be absolutely bananas if they went on and they said, oh, hey, by the way, we're doing a merger. Now, I would expect Veve to actually buy other companies before other companies buy Veve. Why? Because that increases their valuation. That increases their bankroll. That increases their revenue. That increases, most likely, their bottom line if that other company is profitable. Or if they're not profitable and they give it the OMI spin, suddenly it is profitable now. Or if they go and they can buy a company with a lot of debt, and let's say Veve or Comey has debt, they put that debt on the other company, and then they have that other company declare bankruptcy, and then Veve and Comey gets to just absolutely wash off their. Oh my God, that would be amazing. Chavez, you are a goddamn genius. I'm a goddamn genius. Excuse my language. I don't know if a Comey has any debt. If they do, that. Sorry. They probably would never do that, but Midnight Run says, would a reverse token split real? Yes. I know that. I don't know what AV is, but that is probably the exception, not the rule. Generally, the rule is reverse splits are not good. Brendan Z says Google versus Meta. I'd rather Google go and do it. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to break into China though. With that, because I don't think Google had an issue going into China because China's communist. They are not. That is not a good government over there. They do not like. Do you see what they do to Muslims over there? Like they're internment camps. Like it's a soft word for concentration camps. Yeah, not Jack Ma, the dude from Alibaba. We thought he died. Like we literally thought that he disappeared because he said something bad about the government. Nobody saw him for weeks. Nobody saw that dude for weeks, and that's a multi-billionaire. So, yeah. Moving on, we got Giovanni Day with that $5 super chat saying, let's be honest, David would never sell a Comey. What's up, brother? Yo, what's going on, Giovanni? How's it going, fam? I love versing you in Pokemon. You just that last, you're just you got a good team there with your Nidoking and your Rhydon and your Nidoqueen. Anyway, sorry, what did I say again? Oh yeah, David's like me. He's like I'm like David, I should say. Collectors. It's very hard to sell. It's very, very hard to sell. The only time you really do sell stuff, like people that like Hot Wheels, they sell some of their collection to grow their collection. That like Pokemon cards. I sold most of my Gym Challenge set so I could go and I can get that trophy Kangaskhan. What's his name say in Cobra Kai season 3? This is addition by subtraction. I go in and I sold the Pokemon cards to get Omi so I can get a big bankroll so that I could buy more Pokemon cards in the future. I was selling some of my NFTs now to get, Pokemon NFTs when they announced. I do not believe that he would sell unless it's so hard. I think it would take a couple years. I think he would want to finish what he started, maybe 2 years. When the Metaverse is like in full form and we have everything that we announced, maybe then. Where was I? No, yep, okay. Crypto Boy says, sorry to ask, but why are you talking about a merger and sell off any news? Why are you talking? I've been asked this multiple times, and I figured, okay, I could just make a video about it and what I think, but then every time I make a video, there's hundreds of comments, and I have to get back to those hundreds of comments. And it's a little wear and tear on my thumbs. I'd rather do it here so we could all have like an open dialogue, an open discussion. And then, because, again, it's a lot of people, 97 people watching me. It's as good, if not better for me than it is for y'all. Like, y'all getting entertainment, but I'm bouncing ideas. We're bouncing ideas off each other, and that's how we grow. That's how we get different opinions and we get different points of view. And like, oh, hey, like I didn't even think about a merger before. I just thought of a straight buyout. So that just brings another angle into it. It's like House bouncing the ideas off the janitor. Not that I'm a janitor or you guys are janitor. Like, not that there's anything wrong with being a janitor. My friend Jess married a janitor, and he made more money as a janitor than I did in the military. So. You get in a nice, what's that called? Not a pension. You get in a nice union, and you get good stuff. Just people were asking me about it, and it's consistently come up. So I figured, okay, I'll make a live. Gooseneck says, Randy, how many Spider-Man secret rares do you have? Just one. Only one. There is, love another one. But I can't afford one right now. It's like $16,000. It's a lot for one. Crypto Boy says, sorry to, I just read that. Kyle Willson says, the Akomi teams are the greatest of all time. They're the GOATs for sure. Heck, I get tired from all the content I have to push out, from all the good stuff Veve is doing. Ha ha ha. Can't imagine how busy the team is, dude. It's nuts. It's heckin' nuts. Oh, hey, Kyle Wilson, I have you on my fridge. Lauren Baston says, I'd rather see Akomi purchase the third-party companies they contract to work. Yeah, that'd be cool too, because then eventually they go on their payroll. I think it'd be similar to Operation Paperclip, where the U.S. Told the German scientists, like, hey, you can like go to jail or die, or you can continue your work here. And that becomes the NASA. That becomes how we get to the moon. And they can go to these companies and say, you could either continue to work, and not that David and Dan would say this, like, and we'll crush you, or they'll probably say, like, you can continue to work and your game might be a okay success if you're lucky, or you can come work for us. The only thing you have to do is accept OMI as your Lord and Savior, accept OMI as your in-game currency, and then you get our bankroll, you get our hundreds of thousands, now millions of people onto that's already there, that's going to guaranteed to play. Because look at all the stuff we come out with that sells out in a second, and they'll be like, yeah, this is a good deal. And they'll do it. We got another super chat from Atomic Z06. Says, hey, Randy, planning to go to Vegas in February if Veve attends the event there. From what Alex says, they're not going, but I think that the Veve community is going to put on our own stuff. We're just going to go. Why? Because everybody there was awesome and amazing, and we just loved each other. It was like a giant Lucy trip without taking the Lucy, like singing and just drinking. Actually, I gotta. So there may have been some rumors that I was crying this one night and I swear, like, you've seen me on screen, like, have like attacks or like I accidentally swallow my spit and whatever. I just I tear up sometimes for emotional reasons, but sometimes for not. Sometimes just because like I don't know, I do. Hold on. So you'll see me like wiping my eyes. Not because I'm like crying. I just had something in them at that time. Taps putting his arm around. I love Taps. So we were singing. I hope the music doesn't get me demonetized. And we were just yeah, so it was just pretty much everyone there was Veve fam, and we're all just having the best time. So I think we know in our souls that we need to meet as often as possible. We all need to get together as often as we can. That's just how you recharge, man. Like, you ever like just not have like physical contact for like anyone? Like, it's winter, you're hibernating, and then suddenly like springtime arrives and you're just like, what's going on, buddy? And just get a hug and just like, oh, that felt so good. Like, it's like that. It's like that for our soul. So yeah, I'm going to Vegas. I don't care how many people go. I will totally bond and chill and drink with the people that are there that the 25th, 26th, 27th. Yeah. So I will go, even if Akomi doesn't go. Brendan Z says, Google needs Web 3 to adapt. They advance in Web 2, so maybe they'll buy us. I mean, I guess open to anyone who has enough money. The Ripper says, anything can be bought for the right price. That is true. Justin says, Zuck will buy Veve. I really hope not. Reef says, what if Zuckerberg bought them? I would rather them not. So I don't think they would sell to Zuck. I think they would take less money to sell to somebody else. Justin says, whose man's? Whose man's? Ow. Ooh, that didn't feel good at all. Hit a lot of shoulders today, so maybe that was why. I gotta get on. Oh my god, I gotta get on Taps' level, bro. Sonny Bloomberg says, I'll send you OMI in exchange for the Cat Branson if you're still trying to get more OMI. I'm not right now, although I'm always trying to get more OMI. I'm only selling my NFTs for gems. Okay. Big Collectible says, Facebook or Meta really wants to push their virtual reality environment, and I could see them being interested in Veve, just as they have with other companies. They probably are. That might be one of the. I don't know if Zuckerberg probably knows of them at least. If he knows of them, he'd probably be interested. Oh my good golly gosh, Dr. Doom says, I think we may pump to 1 cent when OMI utility article comes. If it benefits holders, then we stay at the exchange and we won't moon until exchange is an MTL. I don't see us really going this as higher until we get on exchanges. So regardless of what OMI utility does or the article, because again, who is that article for? It's for us. It's for the people that are already in. Like anyone that doesn't know about Okomi, that article, they're not going to know what it is. Even if they see, OMI utility article, I don't think they would really read that if they came across it. Right now, anyway. Justin says, are they actually taillights for his eyes? I don't know if they are actually, but it looks like it. Creepery Banana says, what's your prediction on OMI in the next 6 months? I think by March we hit 8 to 10 cents. And then after that, it largely depends on what the market at large is doing. But in March, I predict 8 to 10 cents. Excuse me. That is my prediction. That is my plan for OMI. So I hope that answers. OMI Player 1 says, agreed. Exchanges are key for OMI to run like we want it to run. Yaha. Jose said, Dissy. Brenzy says, Meta CEO is a lizard. There was this one... you see this one clip of him, and he's like, oh yeah, back when I was human. I was like, like what? What did he say? Midnight Run says, migration is really trying me at this point, but stupid to jump ship now. Yeah, we were listen to that non-fungible wonderful song. Been here since May. Now we in September. And that was 2 months ago. Now we in November. People on TV blink a lot. Got lights in their eyes, man. Jose says, Randy, is that true that you are in love with Hermione Granger? I mean, she cool. She chilly. Emma Watson, pretty legit. If I was in the Harry Potter universe, well, in the movies or in the books? Because in the books, she was written to be ugly. Like, she was written to be, like, they didn't show this in the movie, but in the book, she had really large front teeth, kind of like I do, but just, I guess, a little more straight. And when she had that error with the polyjuice potion and she became like a cat, she had Madame Pomfrey. So like, okay, let me know when everything's back to the right size. When her teeth got to normal size, what they were, she said, no, they were a little bit smaller than this, and shrunk them so that she had normal sized teeth. So in the book, she was supposed to be not very bright. But that being said, it's like one of the smartest witches out there. Mudblood or not, I don't care. If you're smart and you help save the world, well, there's definitely going to be some collateral damage there. There's definitely going to be some probably has PTSD. I don't know, man. One, I don't know if I would deserve Hermione Granger. Again, helping to save the world. I would rather just be a very kind friend, even if it was Emma Watson, even if it was that. So yes, I do love that character, and Emma Watson is nice to look at, but I'm not going to kid myself into thinking that I could be what she deserves, which would, I guess, would be like Ron or Harry, even though Harry, winds up with Ginny, which is fine, I guess. I would just salute the man that she got, or woman, I don't know. Jose says Dissy. Jose says IRIU. IR Baboon. I am Weasel. Kyle Wilson says, it's true, guys. I'm buying Veve. Get it, Kyle Wilson! That's why he's on my fridge. Because he's buying the Veve. Midnight Roses, do it! Stidwax says, OMI will likely hit Coinbase after Immutable X is all said and done. At some point, they will, yeah. I don't know if it'll be first or it'll be somewhere else, but yeah. Brendan Z says, my dad's buying Veve. He already owns Minecraft. Get that bread, Brendan Z. Get that bread, Father Z. Kyle Wilson says, had to sell all my Krypkins and Myrmicornos to do it. Almost killed me. What, Kyle Wilson? You didn't sell me your Stelina or your Tropic? Krypkins, I love Nessie. John says Binance does what 4x what Coinbase does. I know. I'm just not expecting Binance until I think Binance will be the last one to get on board, in my opinion. Oh, we're at an hour. Oh god. So I've done 2 Avril Lavigne songs already. Do I do a third? No. Yeah, I'm gonna. Why do you have to go and make things so complicated? I see the way you're acting like somebody else gets me frustrated. Life's like this, Sue. You fall and you crawl and you break what you take, what you get, and you turn it into honesty and promise me you're never gonna find you faking. No. All right. Cal Wilson's like, Brendan Z. Oh yeah, Cal Wilson, you got competition with Brendan's dad. Gooseneck says, Cat Trooper only has 666 mints. Oh wow. Yeah, that's god. I don't know what it is. It's gonna moon. Only Player One says, that was a question I had. Is China able to utilize the VV app? Because Pokemon plus China equals explosion. They will. They just won't be able to do OMI for NFT if they actually did ban all of crypto. Which again, they'll probably find ways around that. Like I said, in England, English people do not give a fudge about what the government says. Cops don't give a fudge about what the government says. Like England's just England, man. They just heck the system over there. Like they are just, again, where did Americans come from? England. It's all about heck the system and heck the government and to heck with it all. China and India, they're pretty smart over there where people just use VPNs. People just use whatever. They'll find a way. Life finds a way. Oh, I don't have that one. I have the Sam and Dean. I got this one. I know. I wore this the first day of DesignerCon. Oh god, my body. And I am going to wear it right meow. Now I've also had this washed, so I'm gonna I can't do it. Okay, there we go. But yeah, they'll be able to utilize the app even if they're not doing OMI to NFT. Jason Zahn says they're not selling Veve. I mean, not right meow. Carlson says yes if the brand says it's okay. Midnight Runs. I thought China wasn't clamping down on platforms like Veve. They're clamping down on crypto. Veve you can do with just your normal currency. Alan says, Omi Player One. Cartoon Network was a China-only drop earlier this year. And that was, again, China's banned crypto like 6 times since then. So, yes, Powerpuff Girls. That says, funny, you got poo on the thumbnail talking about China. Omi Player One says, thanks, Kyle. Great to know. Horse on Jupiter says, do you truly believe we'll hit 5 cents next year? Yes, I think we hit 3 to 5 cents by February. I think 2 cents by January after we get on exchanges, and then 3 to 5 cents that next month where a lot of people get on. Because again, as soon as we get on exchanges and people want to buy it, it might take a couple of days to set up, or a week or so. They might have to sell some stock and transfer funds. It might take a couple of weeks. But with, so that's why I think in March we hit 3 to 5 cents. I'm sorry, February we hit 3 to 5 cents, and then March 8 to 10, just all of this explosion, all of the explosion, go boom. I also love your free spirit, bro. You're so free, so yourself. Yeah. I don't know. I guess a couple of reasons. One, I just learned not to care. Like my, a good friend I'm seeing for Friendsgiving, used to kind of like poke fun at it. It's just like, dude, you're so weird. It's like, it's just like, and he said it as a joke. He'd be like, if you ever like left this town, you ever like whatever, like no one would talk to you. I was like, yeah, probably. And then I went to the military and I did I had to put on almost like a different character. I was myself after I proved myself, but at first I was like, yes, sir. I was like, probably not a good idea. Like trying to take on this like Captain America persona, and I'm a really hard worker, so that really helped. And then after a while, I was just like, you like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward? And like what, like, so yeah, I chilled with people like me that like SpongeBob and Pokemon and all that jazz. Like there's all walks of life in the military, so you could find whoever. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like also if you people in general, whether let's say food, some food goes really good with other food, some food doesn't. In general, some people are just gonna like you, like they just are. Like you're an ingredient, and other people are gonna pair well with you. And some people just aren't. Some people like again. Remember that episode of Recess where this one kid doesn't like T.J. Detweiler, and then T.J. Detweiler, my God, this hurts. He spends like the whole episode, which was like 11 minutes at the time, but the whole episode like doing homework for this kid, doing laundry for this kid, like doing whatever for this kid. And it's like, oh, thanks, TJ. It's like, so you like me now, right? No. It's like, what? What do I have to do? Why don't you like me? And then this kid goes like, I don't know, I just don't like you. And TJ Detweiler was like, okay, guess not everyone's gonna like you. And like that was it. So I just took that attitude. I can't believe all of my life it came down to what I learned from TJ Detweiler when I was like 8 years old. I digress. Yeah, it was just him. It was just I learned that from him, and it just people don't like me, they don't like me. Like it's fine. But similar to what Eugene Levy when he was in that movie with Samuel L. Jackson, I forget what it was called, Bring Down the House, The Man. He was like, I never met somebody that I wasn't friends with eventually, and that's kind of true. I'm friends usually with most people. I think I vibe pretty well. Like I'm like Pikachu, and other people like Squirtle. They usually get along pretty well. Kyle says, no problem. Love the name, by the way. Only Player One says, thanks. Love your channel and content as well. I'm a recent subscriber. I've seen you around. Only Player One. Brenzy says, landed me a secret rare Hawkeye, literally staying up till midnight for the Disney Plus drop. Oh, hydration. This is your reminder to hydrate. That was so good. Oh yeah, so that's why it's at 3 a.m. for me and 12 for you. What the premiere of Hawkeye? I can't wait. I can wait. Kyle Wilson says fire love. Josh C says, so hypothetically, if a larger company were to purchase Veve, that could be good or bad. No, most likely it would be very good. Most likely that catalyst would be like, because again, what happens when other companies buy other companies? It's usually very good for that company that they bought. And that would be, yeah, most likely it's very good. I could see some short-term FUD, but for the most part, I think that'd be very positive. Be a very big catalyst. Justin says, depends who buys it. That's true. Renzi says, that's what I was thinking, Justin. How so? Expand. Oh my God. What did I mean, I know what I did, but this is not like muscle pain. This is like, owie pain. Roblox is turning out its marketplace into digital collectibles. Somehow I wonder if they'll have a blockchain. Doesn't get his nail on the head. So yeah, I hopefully the explanation that I gave over the last 35 minutes works. Jossie. Brendan says, I don't even care about Gem to Fiat for myself, but when it happened, lots of friends are ready to hop in. Same here. Got a lot of friends as well. Basilio says, hi Randy, what's up, Basilio? How's it going, man? How you been? Ashroy says, I like you. I don't like you like taps, but I like you. Thank you for that $5 super chat. I like me like that as well. Yeah, Taps is great. I love Taps. He's a homie. He's a homie. And whoa, we got a big super chat over here from Mike Tyson saying, just jumped on, but all these amazing licenses, Marvel, DC, and maybe even Pokemon, the list goes on, but we haven't pumped. And now there's rumors of them selling the entire company. Hopefully this title is clickbait. No good. So the reason why I am talking about it is just because like these are not new rumors, or I guess these are not new bullet points. They're not new discussion points. These have been discussed for since I've been in. Could they buy this? Could they buy that? Which company could buy us? So I'm just addressing which company could. I don't actually think that David and Dan would sell for a number of years. Could I be wrong? Sure, but I don't see that. Just from a collector standpoint with David, and also if you are actually Mike Tyson, I know you're into NFTs. I love you. Like I watch your stuff before I train. I watch. Oh my God, so good. Sorry. Moving on. As a collector, this is their baby. Like running a company in general, that's your child. Like you have to nourish it, you have to work it, you have to be there more times than you have to be there for an actual child. Uh, you do not sell a company easily. I didn't sell my companies; I closed them down. I did not want any of my companies to. I mean, technically they're still up and running, but I don't work. I don't work there. I don't do anything anymore. Um, I would say that it's very hard to sell a company. I didn't sell mine. I could have, but I didn't. Um, and it's also your collectibles. So that in conjunction when they fusion Ha with one another is not a is not something that's easily sold. Like when Qui-Gon Jinn tells Anakin Skywalker, training to become a Jedi is not an easy challenge. And even if you succeed, it's a hard life. This is not. You are on a path. A path. Yeah. Obi-Wan says to Anakin, "You've made an oath not so easily broken." They made a promise to themselves and to other people that it's a promise not easily broken. You cannot go and just sell this all willy-nilly. Um, but we're just talking about who could. And right now, even now, there's only a small amount of companies that could. A handful, like a dozen or a couple dozen maybe. But that's right now. In the future, Disney will not be able to buy them. Their market cap will be too big. Other ones that could buy, I would say Facebook, even though I hate to admit it. Apple, Google, Tesla, they might be able to. So yeah, Mike, that's why. I mean, the clickbait title is which companies could. Actually, I don't even know what to name this. Let's see what I name this. Which company would most likely buy Veve? Also, I am apparently. Ooh. Sure, but I'm good too. I'm gonna smash that like button for myself. Everyone else could do that. That'd be great. Moving on here. And thank you for that $20 super chat, Mike Tyson. Where was I here? Amazon would buy Veve. They could. Amazon's very, very. On Amazon Prime, there is a bunch of TV shows and dramas and whatever that you've never heard of that wins all of these Academy Awards. They are doing very, very well. They are notably like actual big shows like that show Billions. Oh my God, that is so good. That's one of my favorite shows. I've seen it twice. I haven't seen season 5 yet because I kind of on Showtime. Or I guess that's not a Billions original then. Justin says, "What was the company who bought Tumblr or one of those, and they made it nudity free and lost $300 million because of it?" I forget. That was so interesting. Again, like why were a lot of people on Tumblr? There was a lot of porn, and what happened when they became porn free? You don't. God, people are so. And then eventually it came back. But yeah, that was ridiculous. Renzi says, "Next time you and Tap share a room, get one bed." I would only no. Like if the only time where that might happen is if it's like a king bed and we put a bunch of pillows right down the middle, and then him on one side and me on the other. Oh my God, Mike Tyson, help! How did I? But yeah, no. We had 2 beds at DesignerCon. You saw it in the chat. Justin says underrated super chat. Talking about the Taps trades thing. Mark Dulesky says, actually, I gotta send that to Taps. I gotta send that to. I gotta take a picture of it. So great. Mark Dulesky said, "Can someone tell me what's up with the Cat Bronson?" Dude, I don't know. The internet just took over, and they're just like, "Hey guys, we got to we just got to pump it." The internet is just like, we got to have it. Renzi says up to 39 common ghost bears, Randy. Oh my God, you mad lad. I love you. I have an uncommon ghost bear, so take that. Gooseneck says, "What kind of a donkey would sell any Veve NFT? The platform is only 1 year old. If you need money, I can understand." So my reasoning for it, I've said it a couple times, and I'm sorry for the people that have heard me say it a bunch of times, is that I did not get the Walt Disney statue, not because I didn't think it would be great. I knew it would be great. I didn't get it because I didn't have enough money. And I had enough money for the drop. I had like 600, 700 gems. But when it first hit the market, the lowest point was 2,400 gems. If I had that, I would have bought it. But I didn't. So it's not happening with Pokemon. That's not happening with Nintendo. I will go and I will. So I'm selling stuff now for gems for that. Gooseneck said, "Oh yeah." Midnight Run says whales aren't going to stake for a drop. I will. I'll stake for a drop. I guess it depends on the whale. Again, if it only costs 1 million Omi, and there's let's say 10 other people like me that have 100 million Omi plus. Okay, I'll stake 1% of my Omi so I can get this drop. I'll do that 10 times. I'll do that 20 times. I don't care. For land. Yeah, whales will definitely do that. Whales have more incentive to because they have a lot of Omi. Because they could stake half their Omi and it doesn't matter. I could stake half my Omi and this goes to $1. I still have $50 million. Boom. Done. Done. That's great. That's fantastic. It's the people that only have, let's say, like 10 million Omi. Like, oh, if I stake this, that's 10% of my, or if you have 2 million Omi, that's half of my, So, yeah. Brennan Z says, yes, they will. Well, yeah, Brennan Z, you're on the same page. Says, I'd be surprised. I hope you're right. Now, again, the thing that I'm worried about is that, again, let's say it costs 1 million Omi. How many, like, if you have somebody that has 500 million Omi, how do you get them to stake 5? You can't. You can maybe get them to stake 5 or 10 million Omi. They just keep getting land. That's it. Like, they're not, I don't want to say they'll dump, but a lot of whales will sell slowly but surely because they have a lot and they maybe want to go into other projects or they want to do, whatever. Martellette says, whales are on another level. They will pay. Agreed. Kolshu says, what's up, our dog? I'd love to have an adult drink with you one day. Let me know if you travel to Texas one day and feeling like a party. Well, what part of Texas, Kolshu? Let me know. Vladimir says, gotta go to church. Can't tune it, but my prediction, a Comey buys out Apple. One day, I don't know. Apple. Yeah, I don't think anyone could buy Apple. They're the biggest company in the world, or one of them. God, maybe in like 20 years, a company might be able to. I don't know how. Atroy says, to have a rumor, you need 5K to cash out. In beta means MTL is currently on the way. Veve tweets that phase 2 is starting. Don't sell your Omi. Yeah, I mean, again, that rumor could be true where it says, oh, you need 5K to cash out, but that's just in beta. So they're only rolling out to people that have that much money, for beta. But yeah, I'm not selling. Omi Player 1 says, merger makes more sense, if anything, LOL. Yeah, that's true. It probably does make more sense as opposed to an all-out buyout. I could picture that. Now, Jesus, maybe Earth 2 will use Omi. I've actually been hypothesizing about that. That my first Omi vid was about Earth 2 using Omi, and I've mentioned that in the past as well. They could very well in the future. Giovanni Day, that $5 super says, let's be honest, Dave would never sell the Omi. What's up, brother? How's it going, Giovanni? Yeah, it's very possible that he does not. Oh, only 30 minutes behind. 31 minutes. Edward Garcia says, a Playboy license, no nudes, would be insane. Must be 18 plus to buy. A statue at Hugh Hefner in this. Oh my God, the girls next door. Holly, Bridget, and Kendra. That would be insane. I love Kendra the most. She was like, oof, perfect. I would be very... Now, that being said, apparently the girls weren't treated that well on that show. So I wish and hope the best for them. I hope they're doing well. But yeah, that would be insane. He was the most powerful man in porn. Like, God bless you, Hugh Hefner. I think the other one was a Hustler, the CEO. I don't know if he's dead yet, but he survived an assassination attempt. That dude's hardcore, hardcore. But yeah, that would be pretty legit. That'd be fun if they had that. Giovanni says, word. YJ3 says, how do you think MTL will impact the market? I think there are more flippers and collectors on the platform at the moment. I'll feel much more confident after the dust settles. Yeah, I think short term we might have a dip, which is fine. That's fine. Wubba says he won't sell. He hasn't sold most of, if not all, his businesses. That's also true. Good point. Wubba says, if anything, he would sell those to focus on a Comey/Veve. I mean, right now he probably doesn't need to. He probably has other people running them for him. I think most, if not all, of his attention is on Veve. And J-Man says, Taco Bell time! Why did I say it? Why does that sound so familiar? Oh, Keenan from Keenan Kel. He was in D3, the Mighty Ducks, and he's like, it's Knuckle Puck time! I don't know why I said that in the Taco Bell time thing, but I digress. Maggie says, sold sub 1,000 Mera for floor today. Shoot me now. Why? Why you do? The OP says, hey Randy, how does payment work in the military? You get paid on the 1st and the 15th, and the 15th to the 1st can sometimes be a long time away. You can start, depending on your contract, you can start at either, if you're enlisted, E1 to E3. If you sign for 6 years, you get E3 automatically. I only signed up for 4 years, so I was an E1. After graduating basic training and tech school, I had no stripes on my arms. So I had no stripes. People were constantly mistaking me for an officer because officers don't have stripes; they have bars. They have bars. For second lieutenant, first lieutenant, captain, and then it goes to captain has 2 bars, and then it goes to major where you have kind of like a clover, and lieutenant colonels kind of has that, but it's just darker. And then colonel is a bird. They're called full bird. But anyway, you get paid almost nothing. The only time where you do get paid is if you move off base. So if you're married or you're in for 3 years, and you go and you get what's called BAH. You get basic allowance for housing, and with that you go and they give you, let's say, $1,300 a month, and you can stay wherever you want as long as you can afford it. And even if you stay in a place, you get a place with your buddies, and you're paying $500 a month, you get to pocket that extra $800 a month. So I never lived in my own place. I would always live with friends, and I would pocket that money. And then when you deploy, it's even better because you get that hostile fire pay, or you get the imminent danger pay, or at least you get tax-free, and you take all of your stuff out of the apartment you're in, you move it into storage, and then what happens? What happens then? You just go and you say, oh, hey-o, I'm going to take all that BAH and just pocket that money. So you are making stupid bank when in there, and you have no bills. The only thing that you're paying for when you're deployed is maybe razor blades if you're shaving, or when you're shaving because you have to shave, and maybe extra protein powder. That is it. That is it. Everything else, your meals are covered. They give you accommodations, which is usually a tent and a cot. But you're making money when you're deployed. You'll come back with 20 grand, easy. David Gui says, I think we have so many Veve whales and hardcore collectors will buy MTL. There's been a dip already. Oh, sorry, hydrate, and I'll get to that in a second. But I've got a super chat from Wes saying, why is Non-Fungible Wonderful not making any videos? I think he's just putting all his effort into working on the album. He does have an album coming out. It's not easy to make. The writing the song might be the most easy part. It's just the beat and the putting everything together and then writing in conjunction with it. So he's got a lot on his plate. I do love Non-Fungible Wonderful, though. I think his Twitter's, it's not... I see him on Twitter every now and then. He's a cool dude. I love that guy. So, yeah. So be advised, guys, it's currently a Tropicana. You want on the fridge. All right, moving on here. Moving on right here. Where was I? Word is business. Call me Veve. Floor today. Oh yeah. So many whales, hardcore collectors. I think it'll still dip because of the. Again, I've had bubbles on there. My bubbles is currently $800 less than the floor, and nobody's buying. So there's currently a dip. MTL expect a little bit more of a dip, but that's really it. I think most people are getting out now. Mike Tyson, $10 super chat. It just sucks. I'm just losing faith in the project. All I keep hearing is constant FUD. The Disney drop I feel was just weak. It seems like everything, like every drop that has a ton of hype behind it, just ends up tanking. So, if I may, for a second here, I understand 100% what you mean. Where, hey, we announce Marvel, and we almost double, and then we go right back down to where we were. I understand that one, especially because I was buying on the way up, and then it goes back down. I was like, damn it. So I get it. So we were at like 0.0025. We go to 0.004 something. We go back down to like 0.003. Trust me, I get it. The frustration is real. It is very real, and the FUD, yeah, there's always going to be FUD. There's always going to be people that buy up here, and then it goes down here. I was one of those people buying at 0.007, 0.008, buying again at 0.005, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then, buying all the way back up. So there's always going to be FUD in these projects, especially when they miss deadlines. I've seen that in Tesla for years. Tesla traded sideways for like 6 years, where, didn't really do much. And then it exploded one day. And throughout all those years, it was nothing but like, Tesla is, the CEO's a psychopath. He's, he's got like personality disorder, and, they're burning money. Tesla's not profitable. How are you functioning this long and you haven't made a dime? Well, if they had just stayed with one car model, they would have been very, very profitable, using those funds to make other cars, to build other factories. Komi's doing something similar, and I'm not saying they're not profitable. I'm pretty sure they are. It's just that, they've had brands for years, and there's a bunch of brands that have not come out yet that are taking a back seat to other brands. So currently, I get with the Disney drop, we pumped a little bit, price goes back down. And Disney, although there's not one single thing for Disney that is selling for less than, what it originally sold for. Are we at a little bit of a lull after we mooned? Yeah, absolutely. I happen to sell R2D2 at the top, which is lucky for me, at $24.42, and now it's down to $1,900. I think Walt was well over $10,000, like 13, 14, whatever. Went down to 9. So I get it. But that being said, if I had $100,000 right now, most of it would go into OMI. The stuff that's not going into OMI would go right into gems. I would maybe save $10,000, just on the off chance that we don't moon next year, just for taxes, and to live, because I'm just eating bread right now and protein shakes. Actually, no, that's a lie. I have some prosciutto over there. Yeah, so I have not lost faith. If anything, my faith is just higher than it ever has been. Like with each passing day, with each AMA, with each post. So I'm hoping I can ease some of your concerns, and I'm hoping that you kind of see where I'm coming from a little bit, because I see where you're coming from. J-Man21 with that $1.99 super chat says, "I know you have taxes. Don't disappear. We love you." Yeah, so I talked to Danielle about it, and I'm going to do some PI work, which should not affect anything that I do here. I can't, again, if I go, part of the reason that I, had money and made a lot of money in Pokemon cards, because I had the chance to sweep up floors. I had the chance to go and say, take everything off of eBay, take everything off the market, and then slowly sell, so yeah, I had the chance to do that, and I would make hundreds of dollars per transaction. The reason why I did so well with the high risk lending was because I would go and I would say, oh, hey, I was making at one point, or at least what was coming in, not what I was actually making, money that I was owed. I had over $100,000 on the street, $150,000 on the street. So I'd be getting like $6-7 grand a week of my own money, and I would take that, I'd put it right back into another deal. And guess what? I'd be getting 20% on that money over the course of, like 8 months or whatever. Get another $6-7 grand, get another 20% on that. Yeah, but now I'm making like $500 a week from that, from the high risk lending business, and I have 2 Pokemon cards left. So I can't turn on the machines again. I just don't have the time, and I don't have the capital for it. It would take too long to get back in. But what I do have is a very particular set of skills. No, I'm joking. I saw the PI skills that I could do, which with my friends have a really good system where they do one job for money and they do one charity job. And what that means is that they do one job where they make money, and part of that will fuel what a charity job is. Just basically people that cannot afford a private investigator, that cannot afford whatever, they help them out. It's really, really cool what they do. So that's what I would do, just for a little bit of extra cash. And I'm going to double down on YouTube. I'm going to try to stream twice a day in conjunction with videos, and just to try to grow the Chavez brand. I'm going to try to get more OMI with that as well. And I will, apparently it's easy to get an extension on your taxes. And even if I can't, I can just do a payment plan. So all I really need to do is get one, maybe two payments with the IRS, and that's it. So I'm fine. But thank you. Where was I before this? Another level. Yep, word. Yeah, so I think MTL will still dip a little bit more, David Gui. But that's about it. I think a lot of people and a lot of whales are coming in right now. Again, Lewis Morgan's in. Dude's worth over $100 million. Thomas E06 with that $5 super chat saying, "Hey Randy, planning to go to Vegas in February if Veve attends the event? Even if they don't attend the event, I'm going." Gooseneck says, Randy would only be a project that institutional investors would buy into with all the premium licenses they have, like Marvel and Disney. Typically, no. Big institutional investors usually invest... Well, I don't know, because they usually invest in the smart ones like Cathie Wood, in innovative, disruptive companies, and yes. But typically institutions outside of Cathie Wood and maybe like Elon Musk and not Jacksepticeye. Oh my God, who's the Twitter and Square guy? Oh my God, I'm gonna derp here for a second. Jack Dorsey. I didn't even touch it. But yeah, Jack Dorsey. They would go and they would do it, but usually a company has to wait till they get in the S&P 500 before big institutional investors come in. And you have to be publicly traded. You have to have 4 quarters where you're profitable in a row. And yeah, it just takes a while. They move super slowly. Again, it took forever to get a Bitcoin ETF passed. Mostly a Bitcoin ETF was just a Canadian and Brazilian thing. Finally, stuff's happening now, but yeah. Ed Feely says, CRO pumped to almost $1. I guess we need Matt Damon to do a commercial about us. Yeah, I actually got to talk to him about Rayfax, because he actually turned me on to CRO, and I never bought it, but he was talking about it when it was like 17 cents, so he made a pretty penny. He's probably just like, hey-o, right now. Justin says, Veve looked like a mob at DCon. We did. We came, we represented. It was so cool. It was. Now, I'm not just saying that because people are like, Chavez, can I get an autograph? Can I get a picture? Even though that was great. That was, although that did hurt my knees a little bit because I was standing for so long. I was like, whew, I need a seat. But just to see all the other content creators, and it wasn't like it was just, I got to do my 90-minute Patreon member shout out. Oh God, my body. What should I do? What you gonna do with all that junk? No. She's into superstitions, black cats and voodoo dolls. I've got a premonition that girl's gonna make me fall. She'll make you take your clothes off and go dancing in the rain. But you'll never be the same. I forgot those words. I'm so sorry, guys. I fudged that up. Yeah, it was just, everyone there was just, they're so cool. It was so chill. It was like real recognizes real. It was like when a veteran sees another veteran out in the wild. It's like, oh, hey, what's going on? And, just talk about it. We're all just part of Veve, whether you're a content creator or you're just in the space and you're just like, oh, hey, I know you. I can see in spaces. Or, Or even if you're not in there, even if you're just commenting on my stuff all the time, like, oh, what's going on? Um, it was great. It was great meeting everybody. It was great. Just people are so cool. Blah, blah, blah. Jomi TNYC says, if Veve and Neontic partner, they can take on Facebook. Recur just got funding. They're 4 years behind. By then, Veve will be further ahead. Veve has to be valued at 25 to 40 billion company right now. I don't know how much they're valued at right now. There's something. I heard a noise. I'm not sure how much they're worth right now. I don't think they're worth that much, but who knows? Ow. I think in the future, definitely. Probably a lot more. Giovanni Day says, the cats are inspired by the taillights of the artist's favorite car. Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. So let's find out right now. No, I think right now the reserve vault is only worth like less than 2 billion. Or the reserve wallet's only worth less than 2 billion. So it might not be worth, in the future it'll be worth a lot. Giovanni Day says, yeah, the cat's eyes are inspired. Oh, Derp, just read that. Brendan Z says, Bronson's eyes are the Impala headlights. You're right. Says Randy taking this question too deep. Which question? I forgot. 9:26. So you are 30-something minutes ago. I'm so sorry, guys. I'll finish in like another. I'll hold on. Hydrate. Aries Vasquez says, could Amazon buy Veve? In the future, maybe. Aries Vasquez. Or NVIDIA. No, probably not NVDA. I don't think they have enough money. Brendan Lago says, what brands do you think David got when he said he would never think these brands would join someone being over 100 years in business? I think that one was the post office. I don't know about recently. Recently, probably Coca-Cola. But I thought that was the post office when he mentioned that. But yeah, I think Coca-Cola is the most recent one, unless he's talking about Nintendo. Giovanni says, bro, how does one get name on the fridge? So right now, the current going rate is a Tropicana. Tropicana is, I believe, in Mermicorno or Unicorno. It's just a rare in that one, and that's just what I charge. Every month, it's like and it's for a month, and each month is a renegotiation. Now, if like 10 people come up to me and they say like, hey, we want to be there, but a Tropicana is too expensive, that's like $80 or whatever, I'll be like, okay. If a bunch of people say like, okay, I'll drop it to like, whatever. But again, Veve Vault went from like a few thousand, now it has more subscribers than I do. I don't want to say it's just because of me, but there's a decent amount that's probably because of me. Just because I mention on every stream and I sometimes hundreds of people on here. I'll get back to you in a second. But right now, we got Mike Tyson with another $10 super chat saying, thank you, Randy. Your bullishness on Veve encourages me to hold on tight. I'm just frustrated because I had to sell 70% of my Akomi holdings to buy into some coins that are moving faster. But Akomi is the only coin that really makes sense to me. So I'm just butthurt because I had to sell. I can admit now that, if I would have sold at 0.005 and had gone into like Solana or whatever and sold at 0.008 and then I came back. Again, if you can consistently time the market, God bless you, but I cannot, most other people cannot. But I know where this is going. Short term, I have no idea what's going to happen. Long term, I am almost 100%. I'm like 99% sure that this will be one of the biggest companies in the world. Barring World War III, nuclear holocaust, alien invasion, solar flare. I believe that. So I've never sold an OMI. I've sold some NFTs for OMI. Right now, the NFTs I'm just selling for gems, just so I can go and I can, I told you all with Pokemon. But I hope you have a good enough. I still hope you have a good amount left, and I hope you can go and still achieve all your dreams with it. And not financial advice, but I sold everything for Akomi. All my crypto, all my Pokemon cards, all my Tesla. So I whatever you have now, if I had what you have now, not knowing what you have now, I would say I would probably sell that and go back into Okomi. That's just what I would do. Not financial advice. Foster Hilt saying, how much for my face on your apron? I don't know. What we could do is I can get you look dapper in that profile picture you got there, and then what I could do is we could take that and blow it up and find a screen print embroiderer to have that on your we would find a way. We'd find a way to do that, but it wouldn't be on this apron. We'd have to get a blank apron and do it on that. So I think that is what we should do. Giovanni Day, that $2 super chat out saying I second Foster. Okay. Then Giovanni Day, we can also get a blow up of your face. Are you holding a doggo? Oh, you're holding a baby. I'm sorry, I can't see from here. But we probably just do your face and then have your face on here. Ow, I bought it. And we can totally do that. I will 100% be on board if you want to do that. Now, where was I over here? I forget where I was. Okay, there we go. Event. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Where was I? Yeah, so the name on it is usually a Tropicana per month. But, if a bunch of people said, hey, I want to go on, but that's too much, then we could negotiate to where it's a lower NFT. Yeah, because there's only so much space I have on my fridge, and that will get more expensive as the future goes on. Brendan Z says you have to pay in Stellinas. I mean, if you want to do, I would actually do that. I would do 2 Stellinas instead of 1 Tropicana, because I sold all my Stellinas. I have 1 left. But I still have 2 Tropicanas, I think, or 1 or 2. So I would do, because that's less. So if somebody new wants to get on, I can change it to 2 Stellinas, because I think they're less than 1 Tropicana for you guys. Giovanni Day says 1 Stellina for 1 spot on the fridge. Oh, yeah, no. It was 1 Tropicana, but now it could be 2 Stellinas, because it's less. Randy says, I believe that's the going rate. Yeah. So, Randy, what are you cooking in the kitchen? No, I just I'm cooking good ideas in my brain. James, Coinbase will hit 10 cents. I think, well, we're going to get more exchanges anyway, but yeah, Coinbase would be, that'd be huge. That'd be heckin' huge. That will be huge. It's going to happen. Giovanni Des, I feel like we would get along good in real life because I'm still watching cartoons too. My girl's always busting my chops. They're really good. I actually, so I had this, she's been a teacher for like 20 something years. This girl, Jennifer Restovic, on the podcast. And I felt like almost like a child because I was saying, hey, yeah, have you seen this? I would ask her about like Avatar: The Last Airbender or Legend of Korra, and I would ask her about, Attack on Titan, and then I recommended Fruits Basket because she's more of like, she's not really like an action anime person, but she said she's seen My Neighbor Totoro, Miyazaki, so I was like, okay, watch Fruits Basket. That's really good. You'd probably really like it. But yeah, my girlfriend was always at Hanami is like, oh, you're watching Hey Arnold again. Yeah, girl, I am. This is a great show. So much fun to watch. Like, they were so good. And there's a couple of episodes that I actually didn't remember. I was like, oh. So yeah. I love cartoon. I love things that are good, that make me laugh. Like, I just mentioned Recess on here before. In the deep recesses of my brain. Chris Millen says, we should get on 12 to 21 exchanges to do billions in volume. I don't know if that's enough to do billions in volume. I mean, we haven't started advertising yet. So when we start advertising, that's when I believe we'll get we'll do a lot more. Again, what are we doing now? $10 million a day? That's nothing. What's it going to be when we get on a bunch of exchanges and we do $100 million a day? Price will go from 0.007 to 3 to 5 cents pretty easily, I believe. Thesis Gaming says, I'm an Air Force vet as well, man. Thank you for your service. Hello, Sergeant. Be advised, guys, you don't salute sergeants. Yeah, you salute anyone that's an officer. And that's something that kind of gets some of the old guys, like when they, or older guys, because usually you're not old if you're in the military, Usually can't take it that long. Is when you could be a hardened staff sergeant, tech sergeant, master sergeant that's gone on like 6 deployments, spent 1,000 days deployed, and guess what? This little butter bar second lieutenant out of OTS, Officer Training School, comes into the room. They come in the room. Sir, you have to stand up for him. You pass him on the sidewalk, you have to salute him. Some people get salty. Like, oh, because officers... Not going to talk bad about my officers here. Brownie says, how much to put Butt Thompson on your fridge for real? Well, yeah, again, it's been whatever. It's been right now. So I'll talk. If Butt wants to be on the fridge, Butt can totally be on the fridge. I got to print out a new one of these anyway. And Mike Tyson, that $20 super chat, saying, just jumped on all these amazing licenses, Marvel, DC, maybe Pokemon. List goes on, but we still haven't pumped. There's rumors of some of the entire company. Hopefully this title's clickbait, no good. Again, I just this title, and I've mentioned this before, but for people that are new, I'm just reiterating this. That this question has come up multiple times. I just figured I'd make a live about it to bounce ideas off people instead of just making a video. And then also, we haven't really pumped because we're really not on exchanges, and we'll get on exchanges probably January, if not sooner. Giovanni says, we all know that David would never sell this company. I'm pretty sure he said it before. Not for a while. And Gooseneck says, let's go, champ Mike Tyson. MBZ says, ha 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 ha. David said in an interview he likes to see things through. He does. And he will. Only Player One says, oh, my back. No, that's not how he... Only Player One says, I didn't know you boxed, Randy. Nice. I used to train for cardio. Honestly, that's pretty much what I do now. I am just... At the end of the day, I'm just chunky. I'm fat, and I'm not really... It's winter now, so I ran this morning and I was like, "Ooh, lordy, my knees, lordy, my shins." It just did not feel good. Just like David still has his store, he will keep a Comey probably. Also, I'm really pulling down on my neck with this, so I'm gonna not do that. I'm gonna okay. Matt G says, "Did we figure out what Sony means?" Well, we have Sony. I'm gonna get water real quick. Oh God, my body. It burns. Okay. So Sony is Sony. We have a partnership with them. So it's not like where Sony means like an acronym for anything, although it might. Sony is Sony's just the Sony partnership. Moving on. Brendan Z says, one moon. Giovanni says, with Sony, we could see God of War stuff. That's true. I think Trevor also worked with God of War. So yeah, there's an in right there. Ramsey says, Randy, would you rather have the Hawkeye first appearance secret or Green Goblin? I don't know how many editions are on Hawkeye, or how many editions are each, but even though I like Hawkeye more, I'd probably rather have Green Goblin. It's just, I think, more well-known. Well, actually, not now, probably not. A lot of kids, after the Spider-Man movie, probably, but that's just a major villain for Spider-Man. Yeah, I feel like kids that didn't really watch the Tobey Maguire movies, they might not know him, but they know Hawkeye because he's in the Avengers. And also, every single fight that the Avengers have that have Hawkeye in it, they win. Every single fight that they don't have Hawkeye, they lose. Sharky Man says, Elon Musk made an offer 1 billion Dogecoin for Veve. He probably has that. Probably has it. Ow. Giovanni Day says, yeah, I'm a 2 million OMI holder. Half my holdings would stink. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Giovanni. Get that bread. Brandy Babe says, wait, is there an actual talk of Veve being sold? No. It's the only people that talk about it is people that ask me the questions, is Veve going to be sold? Who's going to buy Veve? And I'm just, in this space, in this live stream, I've just hypothesized who could right now and who could in the future. And those are two different lists, because who could in the future, who could right now, half of them will not be able to in the future, because they will not, Disney will not have enough money 5 years from now. Unless we just burn so much of the reserve wallet. Again, the circulating supply doesn't matter. Circulating supply of OMI does not affect really the valuation of the company. The reserve wallet is what affects the valuation. So unless we burn well, we've already burned like 19 billion OMI so far. So there's 270 billion in the reserve wallet. If we cut that in half, and then even if we get to $1, I guess Disney with its with its $250 billion valuation could potentially buy Veve at that point still, but probably not. That would probably not. A merger would most likely be to happen. Crazy Dan says Vive's getting started and is the pet project of some already serious successful people. In my opinion, is probably not for sale anytime soon. Agreed. Giovanni Day says, bro, if you ever come back down to AC, let me know. I'll come out for sure. Yes, will do. ET Mastermind says, Earth 2, TTM. Earth 2, the Mastermind? I don't know what TTM means. Frank Sabaka says, if my last 2 OMI orders go through, I'll have bought 287,000 OMI for my dad. Almost 288, because 287.9. Good for you, and good for your dad. Giovanni Day says, no, just a talking point at Brandy Babe. Interesting to think about. Yeah, it is. Brandy says, Hugh Hefner will be the king of Lappets. That's the bunnies. That's very good. Edward Garcia says, Hugh Hefner is my superhero. Yeah, I like it. And also, I feel like nobody made this comparison, but him and Stan Lee kind of looked alike a little bit. I always thought that they were long-lost brothers or something. OS says, why is Non-Fun Wonderful not making videos? I think he's just, thank you for the super chat, I think he's just focusing on his album. And that's why. Frank says, I bought Ultra Rare Loki Gator for 190 gems. I think the dip is definitely, the dip has definitely started. I have to pee. I am not going to take you with me, but I will. I've been having to pee for a while. Hold on. Yeah, Frank, the dip has already started. My bubbles, which I'm selling for $34.50 or $30 whatever, is like $800 lower than the next cheapest floor, and nobody's buying. So yeah, because I want more gems. Matt G says there's a few sub-thousands close to the floor price. People are mint blind at the moment. I wanted gems for upcoming drops. Yeah, and my bulbs is number 412. Now, granted, there's only 600 of them, so this is actually on the higher end, but yeah. I don't have what happened? Okay, there we go. I don't have I wish I would have a lower mint bubbles. Mike Tyson says, it just sucks that he was losing faith in the project. All I kept hearing about was FUD, which is fair. What did Iro say? If you look for negative, you'll often find it. That's what happens. Disney drop, I feel like, was weak. Seems like everything drop has a ton of hype. Just ends up tanking. Yeah, I get it. It's happened. But for me, this is... Again, I almost don't care what it does short term. Normally, I would say I'd go ahead if it goes down because I can buy more, but I'm out of money now to be able to buy more. I know where this is going. I don't mind hodling. My dad says, I'm not trying to be negative, Nancy. Just keep seeing all this hype around Nakomi and no results. Again, it's really just for the one piece missing here is the exchanges. That's it. Yeah, MTL will help get a lot more people in. We'll legitimize it even more. Well, we're partnered with Disney and USPS. We're definitely legitimized, but yeah. So that's really one of the last pieces missing. J-Man 21 199 super chat saying, I know you have taxes. Don't disappear. We love you. Yeah, I'll try to. Actually, might be here more because if what I would do next year is if, let's say, God forbid, worst case scenario, we don't get on exchanges for several months, and in April I would do contracting for the military, and I would pay taxes that way. I would go and make $100,000 in 1 year, and how I would do that is just Corvallis, DynCorp, Blackwater Federal Contracts, whatever. I'd go and just drive $60K. So you're contracting for the government. You're basically doing what military does all the time. You're just making a lot more money for it. And that's what I would do for 1 year. You do 3 months on, you get 3 weeks off. 3 months on, 3 weeks off, and yeah, that's it. That's what you do. But that's if we don't have any exchanges by like April, and that's like worst case scenario. Whippets Run says they're keeping the price and hype down on purpose. Well, they're not advertising like they could because, again, they don't need to right now. This growth is pretty organic. John says there was Apple and Amazon FUD too, and Tesla and Square, and yeah, there's a lot. Mike Tyson, 10K at 0.009. Yeah, I put in a good amount of 0.07, 0.008. Yeah, and I was right there with you. It was tanking, I was buying more. Shadow Dog says, hey champ, I'm small fry and I'm happy to just hold all day. Not smart enough to sell high, buy low. I have 1.6 million now. About 15K worth of Veve. Happy to wait up for the good hard work. Dude, congrats Shadow Dog. It's a million Omi's a good goal to have. It's a good goal. If you have that, I think you'll be a millionaire in the next 4 to 6 years. Maybe even a couple of years. Whippets Run says 5 exchanges, it's easy to keep it low. 5, dude. 5. Yeah, there's not a lot of pairings. Doge, on the other hand, is like 300 pairings. Matt G says, amount of Omi holders not really gone up. Same people doing this means it's nothing. We need exchanges. We do. We need more exchanges. You're absolutely correct. Giovanni Day says, to be honest, Omi historically hasn't run up much on partnership announcements. We move on exchange news. I mean, we do go up a little bit, and then we come right back down a little bit. So yeah, you're 100% right. The OP giving you the thumbs up. Jordan Mears says, Omi needs more exchanges, more people to hold the token, and some form of staking incentives to incentivize people not to sell. Then we can move. Yes. Yes, agreed. Whippets Run says, and it's a pain to buy. Take advantage while you can. I'm stoked for delays. Yeah, while the next month or two goes on, I will try to get more Omi as well. Giovanni Day says, we are getting there soon, Jordan Mears. Hey, Randy, can I work for you? Have a decent resume. I don't really have a job for people to do. I mean, the only thing that I could think of, which is already done for me anyway, is like stay up 24/7 and listen for news and message me when you hear news. I have people doing that for free. Like a lot of people doing that. Like I don't even ask them to. Like, hey, did you hear about this? Did you hear about this? So I do get like 30 different texts with the same message, but at the same time, I do get the news. Like, you guys are fast. You got like just there's always like the beauty of being a YouTuber in this space is people like is if by some chance I miss something, I have a bunch of people already saying, hey, did you get it? In the first couple minutes. It's great. It's great. Even on stream, people are just like, hey, look at this. Hey, look at that. Check out the new Veve tweet. So yeah, people are when I'm giving my attention to the stream, and then suddenly people say, oh, hey, they super chat me. Hey, there's a new Veve tweet. It's just nuts. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna actually go and get rid of a couple of these messages here. Moving on. Arif Douglas says, what happens if a company does buy Veve? Most likely the token would pump. But again, I wouldn't expect it for a little while. Oh man. The bad part about having a lot of these people sending me messages is because every now and then when I want to hit send or I want to search for something, there'll be a notification right there, and I accidentally hit the notification, and then it's like, oh, well, I guess I'm here now. Brendan Z says, I was an ultimate degenerate and took a loss and unstaked and sold all my CRO back at 13 cents and put it all into Omi. I've actually lost just as much as I would have gained. Oh, Wendy, how's it going, girl? How you doing? That was at 10:03 and it's currently at 10:26, so I'm only 23 minutes behind. I wonder if you're still here. Matt G says, I need a seat. As it says, Wes, he's working on 18 songs. Yes, that is true. Non-Fungible Wonderful is going ham on those songs. I think I did 3 Avril Lavigne songs so far. Did I do 4? I did the first one, then the second for a half hour, then the third for an hour. What did I do at an hour 30? I don't remember. I don't know what I sang in an hour 30. But I'm gonna do For this one, at 2 hours, here I am once again. I'm torn into pieces, can't deny, can't pretend. Just thought you were the one, broken up deep inside. You don't know the tears I've cried behind these hazel eyes. I always mess up one of the lyrics. I'm so sorry, guys. Mike Tyson, a $10 super chat, says, thank you, Randy. Your bullishness on Veve encourages me to hold tight. Just frustrated because I had to sell 70% of Akomi holdings to buy some other coins that are moving faster, but Akomi is the only coin that really makes sense to me. I'm just butthurt I had to sell. Hopefully you can get back in, and hopefully what you have is good enough to make all your dreams come true. Brendan Z says, diamond hands. Arab Douglas is LOL. Foster Hill with that $2 super just saying, how much for my face on your apron? I don't know, man. Because if I wear an apron, I can really only wear that every now and then. Oh, God. This is harder to chew than I thought. Giovanni Day says, you have to be mentally strong to check on Omi all the time while seeing so many other things take off based on nothing real. My advice is just don't look at it until we have to migrate. I don't check it that much anymore either. I used to check it all the time. Now, not that much. Giovanni Day with that $2 super just says, I second Foster. Alright, we can talk. And Justin says, these paper hands are so despicable. Wendy Stibalis says, Foster LOL. Omi1 says, creative. And Justin says, Foster rare. Omi fam apron, we might be able to do that. Crystal Laurel says, Foster is kink. You're gonna make me choke. Giovanni Day says, ha ha ha, yeah, my dog. And Mike Tyson still got 5 million. Good for you, man. Good for you. Wendy Spouse says, 3 gems for super chat with my face. Aw, I love you so much. Wendy, I would love to have a super chat with your face. And Goose next says, Foster. Mike Tyson says, I'm gonna buy back in soon. Get it. Just says, soupy natural. Brenzy says, staying up for this Hawkeye premiere at midnight. That's gonna be a while. It's about, what, 4.5 hours away? And then you gotta stay up while you watch it. J-Man says, Randy's guns are gonna pop out of the Veve shirt. I don't really have any guns right now. Yeah, they're not big. Not right now. Maybe in the future, because I do want to cosplay Bane again. So be advised, guys, that at one point, not a couple of points, but we'll do this first. I will show you what I mean. I'll show you what I got. There's August, there's September. Okay, hang on. There was a point where not only did I have hair, but I was jacked AF. Like, I was... Hang on. Where did she say them cheeks? No, that wasn't it. Where I was breaking the Batman's back. I was just absolutely yoked. That was 2016. That was literally right after a deployment. Where was I at 2020? Hold on. January 2020. No, there's definitely something where I'll show you if I can find it. Great. If not, it's not a huge deal. But I was jacked AF. Maybe it would have been easier to do if I was in Snapchat. But yeah, I'll try to find it at some point for y'all. Rebel Duck says, you rock, Randy. Thanks for being... Oh my god, Rebel Duck. Hi. I love you, fam. I saw you on Spaces the other day, just killing it with all that data. Just keep that up. Those data points are amazing. And we love it, and we love you. And where the heck are all of my good selfies? I don't see them. Giovanni Day says, I feel like Coinbase is realistic. They have Immutable X, and they know what's going on. That is a good point. They do have that. They do know what's going on. Solar Flare! Yeah, MBZ. A solar flare would wipe out crypto and the blockchain. It would wipe out anything electric, pretty much. Justin says, and they want gun-free zones. Yeah, we definitely... I like my guns. Wes says Foster Hilt for mayor of Townsville. Mayor of Townsville! Foster Hilt says Coinbase invests in Immutable X. Coinbase starting an NFT marketplace. Interoperable collectibles from Veve going from Immutable onto Coinbase NFT. You heard it here first. Well, we did hear from Foster first. That is a good point. That is a good point, and that is something that I am not going to find on here. But I can definitely find it on here. February, March. Nope. Come on, give me March 2020. Give me March 2020. Okay, nope. We're going to go to January 2020. I swear to God, I'm going to find this, and it's going to be great. It's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be like the only... Maybe I don't. Maybe I am just not remembering this correctly at all. I could have sworn... Oh, all right. Here we go. It was in 2019. Da 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 da. Yeah, it was like the hugest I was ever at. 2019 was a good year. That was a good year. I had oh god. Oh, good times. All right, moving on. That's Mr. Mayor to you. Did you ever watch Malcolm in the Middle? I haven't really. No, I haven't. Giovanni says, "See, my man gets it." Giovanni Day says, "Ha ha ha." Brendan Z says, "Giovanni, it's been really good for putting me to sleep." Justin said, "We really did 100+ million 24-hour volume with no exchanges." Did we? I don't think we did. Usually it's only about 10 million. Maybe like 20 when like Disney was announced. Giovanni Day says, "No way, bro, Brandon Z. Maybe I am biased because I'm a League of Legends fan." Oh. Just looks really good, and the lore is dope. The backtracks are so dope. Brandon Z says, "I used to play League, but I honestly didn't recognize most of the characters for some reason." Hey, it's the Musketeer. Saying, who would win in a fight, Firelord Ozai or Batman with no preparation? Probably Firelord Ozai. He's got flamethrowers coming out of his feet, hands, and he could probably breathe it. Korra breathes fire from her mouth, so and she's a waterbender. I mean, granted, she's the Avatar, but yeah, I would say that Firelord Ozai could do that as well. Foster Hill says the only real league is Rocket League. Gooseneck says, "Randy, do you think the Spider-Man Secret Rare will be the first million NFT from Veve?" No. The first $1 million NFT from Veve has not come out yet. You heard it here first. The first $1 million NFT from Veve has not come out yet. I would say that would be either a Star Wars or some type of Disney or Pokemon NFT. Something that's super rare, that's super impossible to get, that everybody wants. I don't think it's Spider. Although, I could be wrong, but if Spider-Man is definitely in the running, but I think it would be something else that's not yet out. Brandon Z says, "I was expecting Draven to come in Battle Axes blazing. RLCS is litty. I like the hoops made in real life." Giovanni Day says, "Haha, yes. I love Rocket League. Wish I had more time to grind. Rank to get out of Diamond." Doug says, "I want to 1v1 someone on Rust." Tan Superman says, "Bang Bros NFT confirmed." I don't like that. Hill says, "There may be a RL tournament with real life tournament, multiple streamers coming soon. That'd be interesting." Red Z says, "Interventions only." Justin says, "A." Giovanni Day says, "Dope. I get the bells on." Andre Jr. says, "When Pokemon?" I think Pokemon. I think this year. Why? Because it would greatly benefit me if it were to be next year when Omi moons a little bit and I could spend $50,000 on Omi when we're 5 cents in February. But most likely it will not work out that way. Most likely it will be very soon, as I do not have a lot of gems. I will let you guys know when I have gems, when I have a decent amount of gems. For those of you that were on the thing this morning, I had about 7,000 gems this morning, and I will get more. Jeremy Padower says the most important issue in determining valuation of digital collectibles, in my humble opinion, is market cap. Please see below. Uncommon has the lowest market cap, and under my analysis has the best comparable value. That was the Marvel Comics. So he says the number one, the uncommon has the most comparable value. And then Akomi tweeted #pro tip. Ow, my body. Oh god, sorry, hang on. So I wonder what we're gonna get tomorrow. I know we're gonna get, one of those comics tomorrow, but I wonder what we're going to get as far as news. Omi Utility, is it gonna be what the drop's gonna be Saturday? I don't know, who knows? Apparently Alex is in Spaces right now, and Alex has determined that the Serial 3 Killers video is coming out tomorrow. And the drop will be Saturday. So Alex has said in Spaces, I repeat, Alex has said in Spaces that Serial Killers 3 video comes out tomorrow, and the drop is on Saturday. Now, what have we learned about the Serial Killers so far? That there are 13 of them in total, and there are 4 that came out on this one, and 4 that came out on this one. If there is only another 4 that are going to come out on Saturday, that means that there's a chance that if we have all 3 completed sets, and we go and we say, oh, hey, guess what? You get 3 completed sets, and then we're going to be able to go and get a, what do you call it? You can get that 13th one that's available to you. Or it's just all 5 are going to be, released Saturday. I don't know. But what I do know is that I need to get some gems. I'm not selling the Kripkins, not selling Batman. Bard is only $1,000 also. Like, be advised, you can complete a set. Can't sell her. I might sell DC Cover Girls. I really don't want to. Oh, I have 2 Batgirls. I'm gonna sell one of the Batgirls right now. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm gonna sell 2 of the Batgirls right now. Or one of them. Heyo, alright, selling that. And if I have 2 Catwoman, no, only have 1 Catwoman. What's Mera at right now? Doesn't matter, I only have 1 Mera. I have 1 Supergirl. I don't wanna sell this whole set. I really don't. I was thinking about selling my Superman. I was thinking about it. I have the Marvel set completed, so I don't want to sell that. Also, it'll be a normal style drop on Saturday. I have an Elsa, which I don't want to sell, and I have a Homer Simpson, and that's the first Disney, so I don't want to sell that. So I sold the R2-D2, I sold the skateboard, I had 2 Homers, I sold one of them. I'm not selling the Labbits now either. I have those full sets. There's not a lot that I can sell. It's really the bubbles that's the big one. And the hymn. But the hymn is down to $6,100. I really don't want to sell for that. And the bubbles, I have the lowest one, and nobody's... Alright, I have to remove the listing for bubbles. And now the lowest sale, you can see right here, $4,200 for the floor. For bubbles. I'm going to sell this. It's for $33.50. So the bubbles that I have, okay, well, Batgirl sold, which is great. But the bubbles that's on sale right now is literally $900 cheaper than the next floor price. So, guys, please somebody take that off my hands. Please. And And again, you could find one of those places where you can buy gems for someone for literally like 30% off. Again, I don't really suggest that. Only do it to something, but that's the going rate for gems right now. Yeah. Damn. Dope. I got the bells on. Nice. Andre Jr. says one Pokemon. I think it's gonna be this year. I think it's gonna be next month. I didn't expect Disney this soon. Taxi Corp, what's going on? It'd be great to see Mike Tyson on the stream, just having 3 live face-to-face chat with Randy about Omi. Dude, that'd be fantastic. I love him. Giovanni Day says, I just noticed I didn't actually, but now I do. Brendan Z says, get no scoped. Then says, look up Vagram clan for my old montages. Rip. Brendan Z says, common ghost bear will be 1K floor. That'd be fantastic. I have one. Frank Sabaga says, just think of the people who held Doge for years when it was worthless. We're in a similar spot with Omi, except Omi has a lot of utility and will have a ton of utility in the future, plus the IP we have. That's a good point. Timothy Lametheri says 340 to 765 billion in reserve, vault, and burn wallet combined. The extra 365 million from the recent burns that I'd mentioned. Okay, so the 340 was the total that would have been in the reserve, vault, and burn wallet. But the burn wallet you don't count because that's burned. The only thing you really count is, I guess, the vault that's ready to be burned, but I wouldn't even count that because that's ready to be burned. You would just count the reserve wallet. And you don't count the circulating supply because that doesn't go into the valuation of the company. Lisa H says, good evening, Randy. Good evening, Lisa H. I hope you're well. Omi Player 1 says, before, when I lost faith in a company, one day, 1 week, or month later, it would take off higher. Tough lessons learned. Thus, Omi takes longer, pulls back. I will buy more. Nice. Taxi Corp, Electric Taxi says, any thoughts on why Veve is announcing all the big IPs like Marvel, Disney without exchanges? Aren't they missing the only opportunities to pump Omi? That's really not up to them. That's up to the companies. That's like, hey, we're the big company, and we're going to do this now. And Akomi has to say yes right now. And also, again, this burns a lot of Omi out of that reserve wallet. So they want them. This is good. This long term, the longer that Omi stays down here, and the better. Again, long term. Stidwax says, would love to chill with you and Taps in Vegas. When? Karaoke, anyone? It would be a killer time. Yeah, we'll be there the February 25th through the 27th, I believe. Crystal Stroud says, I'm jumping in more than 2 hours late. Glad I made it, though. Crystal Stroud, I love you. How you doing, fam? How you doing? Only 17 minutes behind on comments, but I hope you're doing well. So Flam Glam says, Batman would slaughter Ozai. I mean, I think it... but he said no prep time. Batman's not going to expect this mother flapper to breathe fire out his hands. I don't know. Again, Ozai... Batman will beat him hand-to-hand combat. If he fights during an eclipse, easy. Easy. If he fights during not an eclipse, or, God forbid, like Sozin's Comet's right there, Firelord Ozai all the way. Slava says, Omi Player 1, did you find those gems for Disney? Foster Hill says, we did 121 million back in March 24th exchange volume, Randy. But that was also, I think we were on Uniswap. I think, and that's why. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Frank Sabaga says, imagine a one-of-one Banksy NFT auction that you can bid on with Omi or gems. That would sell for 6 figures. I don't know about 1 million, though. This is Gaming says, have you looked into the blockchain gaming, bro? Would love to talk to you about it sometime. I have a little bit. Alluvium seems really cool. Axis is great. So yeah, a little bit. MC1 Uncommon has been my go-to for sure. There you go, Slava. Get that bread. Super Duper Hank says, hi, Randy. Thought we'd get the Omi article by now. I thought so, too. They said beginning of this week. I wonder if anyone's asked Alex in Spaces about that. All we know is serial killer video tomorrow. It'll be a normal drop on Saturday. 1 second here. All right, moving on. Randy, what is your best comic? My favorite or my best? I mean, I have a common Marvel one, but my favorite, probably my Hitmonkey one. Hitmonkey's so cool. I love that comic. Little bit. MBZ says Evil Angel NFT confirmed too. Oh, Jinferno says I just bought your Batgirl. Hey yo, Jinferno, get that bread. Slava says, man, totally so hard to sell anything now. Letting something go that's so good for something else that's potentially maybe better. I wonder if anyone else would buy my. Should I get rid of the DC girl? Yeah, I don't really like. I like Supergirl. I don't really, and I'm very curious to see what's in Catwoman's safe. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure here because I like them. Oh, also we have Young Avengers tomorrow in about 12 hours. I'll be live in 12 hours for it. I don't know, guys. What's some other things that I should sell? I sold the second Adventure Time set. I want to keep that first one, and I want to keep the first. I want to keep the first Powerpuff Girls set. I want to keep the Call of Cthulhu. I want to keep Kripkins. I have all 5 Batman, but I don't want to sell any of those. Maybe I should. I don't know. I want to keep those. I already have 3 Bombshell sets. I don't want to sell those. Even though Barda's only at 1,000. What's Starfire at? For the 1.2K, I'm not selling her there. Maybe I should sell the Bombshells, like the Death. I don't want to sell Death. Harley Quinn I could sell, but then it breaks up a set. I don't want to do that. Paid 64, and she's 118 right now. Wonder what Death is. I paid 160 for her. She's 460 right now. That's pretty good. Pretty cool. Again, I'm really curious to see if there's anything Catwoman safe. I don't want to sell Supergirl, Mirror, or Batgirl, or meh, but that's a really cool pose that Batgirl has. Both Harley Quinn sets. I told Luke Chu to send me his QR code, and I'd gift him his first collectible. So I'm give him that. I don't want to sell any of the Disney moments that I have, the Labbits, Ghostbusters I have. Well, I don't have the whole set of Ghostbusters, or else I would. No Time to Die. I want to complete the set before I sell it. I'm not selling the Captain Americas or the Lokis. I have all of the Marvel Mighties except for the 2 Ultra Rares over there. I don't want to sell a bunch of these. I don't want to sell all night to be over. Brendan Z says, I feel that, Slava. We all feel it. Only player wants the Slava. Not yet. I figure I might have to load up on 600 gems a day, December 1st to the 15th, unless we deposit gems with OMI before then. You will not be able to take OMI to buy gems. It'll just be direct OMI to NFT. I still need the skateboard, Elsa, Iron Man. Ooh, nice. Carl R says, when immutable X migration? Apparently we're in phase 2 right now. I didn't think we would be until next week. So, yeah, and that's a... Let's say on the 3rd full week of December, let's say the week of the 19th or the week of the 20th for December, that's when we are done with phase 2 and we move into phase 3. It's very possible that we end phase 3 or that where we're able to get minted on the Ethereum blockchain and we get on exchanges. We could very well see exchanges either end of December or early January. I didn't think we would get on exchanges until like January 14th, but it could very well be that first, not the first, but that first full week. Could very well be there. It could be that last week of December to get on exchange. I don't know. Probably that first full week in January, but who knows? Brendan Z says, Arcane, Tiger King Season 2, or Hawkeye. So many current options. Hawkeye. Apparently Tiger King Season 2 is legit. Apparently he was supposed to get pardoned. Like, oh, yeah. Brina Kruger says, Randy, I just saw you have the Spider-Man secret wear. Wow. Yeah, I had the whole set. I sold the Ultra Rare for Omi back when I was on the Omi kick, which I just still am, but I mean, if I already broke up part of that set, I should just keep the secret rare, and then I should just sell everything else. Can't sell Spidey? What's the common Spider-Man going for? The common Spidey, what's he at? Oh, he's at 185. So what's the uncommon going for? It's got to be at like, what, 300? Okay, 216. So there's not much difference between the uncommon and the common. So if I had money, I'd buy the common. Or I'm sorry, the uncommon. And what's the rare at? The rare's at 400. Okay. So I could potentially make another $700 right now by selling 3, 5, yeah, almost 700, maybe 6 something, by selling the common, the uncommon, and the rare. Now most of the values in the secret rare, which I'm not going to sell, but I already sold the ultra rare, so it's not like I'm breaking up a set. Although I will want to get this back eventually. So I don't want. Maybe I should, if I should just do something, it should be the Ben Riley, because I have the uncommon. I wish I had that ultra rare, but I don't. But I really wish this would load. Okay, there we go. 129 for that. That's not bad for the Ben Riley. And the Zombie Hunter Spider-Man is definitely not a lot for that common. Yeah, it's 53 gems for that. It's not a lot for him. Moving on. Only player one said, really wanted second Walt at 7K the other day, just didn't have the money or gems. Damn, it went that low. Wow. Drew Pear says, what have the prices ranges been for serial killers? Usually about 1,000 to buy them right after they launch, but right now it's probably going to be a lot more. Let's say season 1, Count Calories got to be 1,000 by himself. No, Count Calories at 760 by himself. So I could picture maybe it costing $1,000 for the new set, as long as they do, what this is. So I'll get it as long as I can sell this bubbles, but I don't want to. I really don't want. I want to sell the bubbles. I just don't want to get that set just yet. Player one says, I only have Omi. I would risk to maybe get Walt, Skateboard, Elsar, Iron Man, or just gems. Just be ready in case we get Pokemon for Christmas. I wouldn't sell Omi. I just wouldn't. Drew Pear says, save Mera. Why Mera? Player one says, then I'll rebuy Omi when I get some more capital. I think that's a dangerous game. I would not sell Omi right now for anything. Mana Addict says, sell all James Bond. I did already. I already sold them all. Well, except for that new set that we don't have that one, the newest set. I have 3 of them, but nobody's gotten that 4th one because it hasn't come out yet. So that's why. Brandon says, why are you looking to sell, Randy? Because I want to be ready for when they announce Pokemon. Because we don't have Omi to NFT. Even if they did, I don't know. I don't think I would spend any of my Omi to get the NFTs of Pokemon. I would bite that bullet and I would wait until the moon. That being said, I'm selling a lot just so I can be ready for Pokemon. Brian Sabah says, all of the first appearance Spideys are going up. I'm missing only the ultra rare. I sold that as well. I still dream I can flip to it someday. You probably will be able to. I agree. Saw says, Omi player one. You on Twitter? Ask him. Drew Paris is my mistake. I was wondering what the price range will be for serial killers. Yeah, I would say it would probably be like $1,000 to complete the whole set, give or take. Yeah. Moving on. Actually, that was it. I'm going to do one more Patreon member shout out. Carl R says, you think Pokemon will come in packs like cards in Gods Unchained? Here's the thing. If they did packs and the packs were available for, what do you call it? If they did packs and they allowed us to play the Pokemon trading card game in the Veveverse or on there, with someone, that light gamification, they would have to do unlimited packs. Because I'll just show you right now. Let's say the Pokemon trading card game. Pokemon trading card game. Let's just go with my water deck that I have right here. And you go to modify deck. Well, what do I have for water? Okay, well, I need 3 Squirtles, 3 War Turtles. There's a 2 Blastoise, 3 Blastoise. And then I need a bunch of seals, a bunch of dugongs, a bunch of Goldines and Sea Kings. You need multiple of each one. You know, Magikarp and Gyarados is really cool. Vaporeon, because that's one, and then I have an EV there as well. And not only that, but you need trainers also. You need Professor Oak. You need Bill. You know, those are some of my trainers that I have. Was that one? Is that I need a switch where you could switch it without a retreat cost. You need a plus power and a defender, and I think those are all the trainers that I have. Was that one? A gust of wind. So you need a bunch, and the energies. Oh my God, the energies! I'm using all of my water energies, all of them. So you definitely need, and that's just for my water deck. That is just so I can go and fight things that I can't fight with my grass deck. My grass deck is my most like, look at all I have. It took me forever to get one heckin' Venusaur. Oh, I got a bunch of Caterpies, a bunch of Metapods, a couple Butterfrees. This is what you need. You need this just for one deck. And that's just a grass deck. So, yeah, it's insane. I'm going to cancel that. Cancel. No, I don't want to select anything. Okay. So it needs to be unlimited. It can't be a certain amount because you need multiple of each one. So I hope if they do that, it's very, very low. It's like $5 a pack or whatever, because you need like 100 packs, and that's a lot. That's a whole lot. And not everything comes in one pack. You get a Coliseum pack, an Evolution pack, you get a Booster pack, Energy pack. So if they did do that, I would actually rather them see at like maybe $2 a pack or whatever. Because again, to make those decks. Now, the reselling of that would probably be pretty easy. Oh, hey, I need grass energies. I need this. I need that. So maybe you could do that and just build your own deck that way. Yeah. Rena Kruger says, would you sell the Lucky for future Pokemon? I already did sell the Lucky for Omi, but yes, I whatever I have, I'm selling a lot of it. I'm not selling a lot of the Marvel. And I'm not selling my DC I'm not selling the Batman or the Harley Quinns or the Kripkins or the Mermicornos or the Unicorns. I just have an attachment to this stuff. I should, but a lot of stuff from first season I really don't want to sell. And the Labbits, I think those are going to be one of the first to go on OpenSea, so I really don't want to sell those. And the breeding at some point. So yeah. Only play one's is at Slava. Yes, on Twitter. Personal one and business one with no business yet. So one last Patreon member shout out. It's gonna be get your motor running, head out on the highway, looking for adventure, and whatever comes our way, you gotta go make it happen. Let the world in a loving embrace. Fire all of your guns at once and explode into space. And like a true nature's child, we were born to be wild. Okay. That was it. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. And also, everybody, check out Star Helix, Kyle Willson, and Veve Vault on YouTube, and at EQ_crypto, at Not Star Helix, and at Hey David Don on the Twitter. I love you all. I'll talk to you all later. All right, goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. Wow. Oof. Thank you all for the super chats. Y'all mean the world. Thank you, Randy. No problem. I love you all. I'll keep that up for a second so Slava and Omi Player 1 can get there. Slava Design, if you want to connect, I may have some gems in the next few days. Not sure. Oh, yes, Slava. Get that bread. Jim Inferno says, have a good night. Good night, guys. I love you. Meow.